Get to the intro. I think I might have found one of CPP's Lord Baby Mamas in Florida.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
Big Philly man, already good.
Yeah, at the bar radio.
You already know this the king of Philly, man.
And I can never trust when they don't really with them rich. Trying to figure out what you got up with all them bitches. And I can never trust when they don't know you got them rich. Cause this that plan, this that business. And where your bitch at? She on the phone. And we trying to figure out what it get on you young, just like wine with that G. I'm just young, cause this that plan and this that get back. Cause this that plan and this that business. And where your bitch at? She on the phone, trying to figure out what it get lit at. You yeah, just no wine with that G. I'm on the road, cause this that plan and this that get back.
Hey, Tono, you made this?
Yeah, I've been asking where your bitch at? She on the phone, trying to figure out what it get lit at. You ain't got that. Just no wine with that G.
You made this?
Cause this that plan and this that business. And where your bitch at? She on the phone, and we trying to figure out what it get lit at. You young, just no wine with that G. I'm on the road, cause this that plan and this that get back. Cause this that plan and this that business. And where your bitch at? You know the same story, nigga. I been getting rich. You like my just no wine with that G. I'm here to make my cause this that plan and this that get back. It's all different, I ain't know it's so. She ain't getting it with my boy. Like I'm poppin', this the nigga. Hitting it, the link, no better. I'm here to make my story. Go get that like something with me. Always know that they keep working. She ain't getting no my boy. Go skip it if they start getting this. No, I've been working my get a pack a bag of book, no light. So they know I'm always tripping. I've been Scotty with no right. So they always know me. That's why I always say I got haters, cause they just know I'm living. Carry it, might never deal with my they just know I got vision. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get government. But I'm pissed. And I can never trust when they don't really with them rich. My homie trying to see where you in a pocket pistol. I'm trying to cop a bird, but he caught up with all them pigeons. And I can never trust when they don't know you got them rich. Cause this the plan and this the business. And where your bitch at? She on the phone. And we trying to figure out what it get lit at. You
What's going on?
just no wine.
We back.
Good evening.
Lady Anjanette to the building.
I know, I've been gone for 2 weeks.
I know, and shout out to the snitch.
Yeah, whoever was snitching when she was away and talking about the show, you know what? We appreciate you watching, but what stays and what goes on the air stays on the air.
Yo, they going word for word.
No, I have people that look out. Okay, they gotta
We ain't
look
even
out.
really do nothing though.
I have multiple people
See,
that look out. You
No.
know,
She repeated exactly what we said on the damn show.
man,
Right.
Word for word. It
And
wasn't a
that's
study that joint.
and I wasn't even watching. You know, for those who were here 2 weeks ago,
it was
I wasn't
fun
here on
show.
this show. I was driving back from moving my daughter to Florida. So I was on 95. I didn't know what was going on. So I had people that, had to check out the scene for me.
We was chilling. We ain't even do nothing.
Because, before when I wasn't here, they was really acting a fool. They didn't think I was going to pull up, and I did.
We
and
were-
with my bodyguard.
And
you know?
we wasn't doing nothing that day either.
Yes, you were. I had my son pull up with me.
Yo, we was out of control.
Y'all were acting a
We
fool.
was talking about
And they
real
was like,
shit.
oh, you know, they had just finished telling the guests, you know, Lady Antoinette, she, you know, out, you know, for medical reasons, you know. Yeah.
We was just talking about real shit.
And I was
that's
like,
all.
keep playing with me, y'all. Y'all need to focus. Keep playing. I texted to him. I said, y'all
That
gonna
was-
make
that's
me
not a
pull
question.
up.
She's like, that's not a question.
Man, that was a great interview, man. We covered some interesting topics
and
that
they were
week.
acting the fool. I tuned in, and they just went from one place to a whole nother. Next thing I know, they were talking about midget strippers and people
Hey.
No, it
with
started on midget strippers and then it went to
right. Then it went to people with missing limbs
it was a midget
Hey.
stripper with
and
no legs.
and
no
deaf
legs.
and deaf people
Hey,
fashion.
I was asked the question and I just gave some answers. All right, it ain't my
And
fault that
then
they
you
weren't
had the
prepared.
guest agreeing with your nonsense. I was like,
How
oh,
did
this
I-
is bad PR right here.
How did I have him
I mean-
agreeing? He understood where I was coming
So I
from.
had to pull up. So this time I couldn't pull up, but I had to have my people, you know, check into the show.
Folks just wanted, you know, be
I
police
mean,
and such.
I mean, literally quoted word for word what we said.
That's crazy, man. You could have said something during the show, man. Just gonna
No,
snitch.
no, they had to go look.
Could at least commented.
When I tell you, multiple people had to come back to me and be like, yeah, they was acting a fool because you wasn't me.
Yeah.
What?
Man, we was chilling, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
We
And
was
then,
framed.
Of course, we didn't have the show last week.
Yes, I was in Miami last.
So I leave Florida and then 151 goes the following week.
I'm still stuck in Maryland like a
It's all
hostage.
right. It's all right.
I gotta get out of
We're gonna
town.
get you down there.
Yeah, I'm
but,
getting yeah.
We're gonna get you.
But before we get you down there, we gonna go ahead. We gonna do the search. That's why we went down there. We lied
That's
to you.
cool.
I went down to Orlando, so I kind of went to Central Florida so that I can make sure that, you know, we could find your baby mama. 151 went to Southern Florida.
I was only in two spots when I was in Florida. I was in South Beach and West Palm Beach. So either if I
Okay,
got
but
it,
Miami, South Beach, right there. You
yeah,
know.
but I'd rather check West Palm Beach.
But
'cause
just
that's
in
where the
case
money
you
is.
moved up north, that's why I went to
I mean,
Central Florida.
there's a lot of ratchet women in Florida.
Oh, I know, man. Florida's crazy. You riding through the nice
just in case she
neighborhood.
wanted to better herself, and I went to the Orlando area, you know,
She told
searching.
she wanted to learn pole dance
Yeah.
dancing
You know,
class.
this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about
So-
right here. That's why you single. We trying to fix this. And you
Man,
making it work.
it just ain't no point no more.
This ain't no.
They don't like me. The women in
Man,
there don't
let
like
me
me
tell
no
you
more.
something.
They don't
When
like
we-
me no more.
When we marry you off, man, that is going to be. We need to get some fireworks, okay?
Hey, hey, let me light the match because I'm gonna be like, I want to see that shit for myself.
You know, the funny thing, you keep talking like that, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
See, there y'all go.
When that day happens, we getting fireworks.
All right.
I mean, real talk. If
I
I
mean,
got to be responsible for
I
the
like
fireworks,
the, I like
mean,
the, I
Keep
like
in
the.
mind, a year ago you said you would never drink tequila again.
right. And guess what we got you doing?
Shit happens, but,
Yeah.
but tequila, I can piss out. A bad girlfriend lasts forever.
But we not talking about no bad girlfriend. We talking about an amazing wife.
See, brother, you gotta stop thinking every girlfriend gonna be a bad girl.
Bam. There you go.
Cause that's where it ends up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be optimistic. I try to think the best, you know, it's gonna work out. But
Really?
And
yeah, I
guess-
do. Lately, I mean,
but
earlier in
I'ma
life,
need you-
probably.
number one, first step, we need to get you to stop being so stingy.
Stingy,
Because
how?
today you even showed me how stingy you were with the
Yeah.
goose that.
Oh,
I offered you,
No,
sir.
let me tell y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all. You know y'all my family. I have to tell y'all. CP3.
See, they done
we
turned me
had
into
some
an
Douce.
alcoholic.
CP3 poured the rest of the Douce in his cup and then thought about it and said, "Oh, you want some?"
I forgot.
Why you ain't think about that before?
Because I forgot it was one more person that wanted to
You
drink.
forgot about me, y'all.
No, because you gotta remember, when you had your surgery, you couldn't drink, so we haven't been drinking together in a while. So
Okay,
forgot.
but guess what? I have been cleared for everything since June 18th.
I know, but like I said, we weren't hanging together last week. I lost track. Man, I've been doing a lot today, man. It's been a rough couple of days for the kid, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you gonna get some sports? That's what we got. We got a lot to talk about.
Mm.
We do.
Got a lot of sports to talk about also, which definitely we'll cover tomorrow night on Sports on the Hill
You
podcast
ever know if
tomorrow.
he talks about sports, his voice goes into broadcaster voice?
I got to, man. This is my resume, bro. I'm making some calls, trying to get some, contacts, dog. Trying to get paid to do this, man. It's not a game.
Wait, this part right here, that's not where it's at.
Hey, this ended already. I can cut up. I can't cut up on my show, so I can cut up over here, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, but then you get down to business.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
appreciate
So,
that
you know what I'm
part.
saying? I'm always taking care of business. That's what I
Until you
do.
get real drunk and then you got the business voice, but then you forget everything about that.
That's why I wrote it down this time. See, I'm learning from my mistakes.
I'm glad. I see you with your note. Okay, my bad.
Trying to be a better man, a better broadcaster every day.
Every day.
See, this ain't a game out here.
But thank God I know some sports because sometimes I have to be like, oh, so you're not gonna talk about the such and such, and you be like, oh
It's
yeah.
like certain things I don't like. The Olympics, I'm not going to even try to go into that. I'm gonna
Man,
let Robbie
it's
and them.
too much
Exactly, I'm gonna let
going on
Robbie
in
and
the
cover
Olympics
that
right
tomorrow
now.
night. They love the Olympics. I
But,
sit back and
mean,
turn my camera off and
there's
rock and roll.
There's certain constants though in the Olympics,
I mean,
like Jamaica sweeping.
yeah, that was crazy. They,
Like, that's a constant.
yeah, they swept the first, second, and third place over the 100-meter.
Yeah, we expect that.
And
out
test them for weed.
Well,
They're gonna be
You know what?
disqualified and all of
You know
it.
well, here's the thing. When you have the fastest person on your team sitting at home,
Everybody stop. Everybody, I'm gonna tell you like this: nobody in track and field is smoking right now.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
They had a wonderful reminder.
Yeah, I
you
get-
have the fastest person at your team sitting home. What do you think the Jamaicans going to do?
I mean,
They're
my
like, we're
thing
going to bet
is,
that bobsled defeat.
see, I ain't really even get into that.
Don't do them like that.
But
That
the-
Jamaica bobsled team was amazing.
But look at the hypocrisy of weed in this country. They has it classified as a class 2 narcotic, but then also have it classified as a performance enhancer.
Okay, so you do realize that we're talking about the Olympics, so we're talking about the Olympic Committee.
I know
that does
that's
not.
just, they still consider it a PED,
But what I'm saying is, you can't talk about this country when you're talking about the Olympic
but that
Committee.
it still goes into some of the hypocrisy with the weed in this
It's
country,
the
with the federal and
hypocrisy
the
of the
state.
weed globally.
Yeah, I mean the
It's
Constitution is
not-
written on weed. That's what trips
You
me
know
out.
what?
It's written on hemp
Yes, I
paper.
know that.
Exactly.
I know that.
So if weed is illegal, in essence, the Constitution is illegal. So what the fuck are we doing?
You know what? Here we go.
Right.
Can-
I'm
I
just,
know we just
I'm
talking
just
sports.
saying, man. Because you talked about the girl smoking weed. I had, man.
No, but I'm just saying.
Y'all know when it's
that's
2
a
weeks
global
off the air
thing.
for me, y'all know I got a lot of shit on my brain that I ain't got off. So when I miss a
You
week,
always
I be
have
up.
that.
Well, when you take a week off, it'll be worse. All right, let me go ahead and get into sports. Why I'm, mainly here to plug tomorrow
Mainly
night. So,
here?
yeah, and cut up, drink, and have a good time.
All right.
All right, it's a lot to go over, so I'm gonna just give a quick rundown, starting with the Nats, who actually won today, walk-off fashion. Yadiel Hernandez hit a walk-off solo home run in the bottom of the ninth to get the victory 6-5 over. They play. See, y'all got me drinking all. No, they was against the Cubs. I gotta blame y'all against the Chicago Cubs. They won 2 out of 3 this week. You see how I got invested in these people? I
Forgot who they played.
had a brain fire
You
for a
drank
second.
all the juice by yourself.
You didn't
and
speak
you
up.
blame
Yeah,
me.
because you didn't speak up. You should have spoke up and said, I want some. I'd have gave you some. So it's your fault, too.
It's my fault that you was there.
We will never have you say on this show.
Hey, man, I was trying to bring the whiskey. I want to bring this. Hey, man, I got a lot of stuff written down here.
That he forgot.
I had to blame her because I had a brain fart. I had to kill some time. Real quick. I had to think about it. But yeah, they beat the Cubs. They're now 49-56. They've won 4 out of the last 10, which is not really good. If you been watching the trade deadline, they after you spoke about on the show last Monday, after getting swept by the Orioles and getting off to a poor start out of the All-Star break, they ended up. Oh, you're not the only one. I thought they were going to turn the corner. I was being optimistic. I'm always optimistic when it comes to the Nats because what we saw would do in 2019.
Right.
And unfortunately, with that coming out the All-Star break, they ended up turning into sellers during the trade deadline instead of buyers trying to make a run for the playoffs because, as I mentioned on the show, there's going to be 3 teams coming out the West with the Padres, Dodgers, and the three-way tie San Francisco Giants because they've been 1, 2, and 3 all season.
Yeah.
So The West is dominating. So if you don't win the division, you're not making the playoffs in any other division. So the Nets and Mike Rizzo made a tough decision to go ahead and turn in the sellers. And this is why, for all the folks on social media that's scratching their head and upset, when they went on that run in 2019, in that process, they traded away a lot of their prospects, which is what was the strong suit of this team and why the team was played so well and won the division so many years in a row, but never got to the promised land. So now that they made that run, now the cupboard is bare. And now when they need those players to come up, we don't have those players that can come in up and fill in like we saw Anthony Rendon, homegrown talent. We saw Trey Turner, not homegrown, he got it from the Padres, but he came up through our farm system and they debuted with the Nets. So now they have to, get more pieces to be able to replenish the system and get back better players into the majors. So just to run down a few of the departures, Brad Hand, which I wasn't too happy they signed him anyway, traded him to Toronto. They gave that man a $10 million contract, and he blew 5 saves this year, all against American League East teams. That's why I wonder why Toronto traded for him, because he imploded last year against the Yankees in the playoffs. So it caused the Cleveland Indians a shot at getting further in the playoffs.
Wait, they got a new name now.
I mean the Guardians. I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
And a lot of folks are wondering why they changed their name so fast, and the Washington football team is still going through the process, because the Washington football team has to go through branding and trademarking, and no one knows how long Cleveland has been working on this
They
transition.
have been working on it for
Yeah,
a while.
because no one was focusing on them like they do on the Washington football team. So for all of those guys that's wondering, and all those fake DC sports folks that's making a big deal out of it, claiming that the football team is using it as a ploy or whatever, get a life.
There you
It's
go.
crazy. Cause I'm tired. Cause I'm on. Cause it's now football season starting, so all these so-called experts and these folks on DC sports media running their mouth, and I want to get at them, and they afraid to let me come on. So I'm about to start calling them out by name. Bro. I'm going viral with something this year, man. It's crazy. Jan Gomes traded to Oakland along with Josh Harrison. Went back on that one, and the big trade that a lot of folks were upset about. I'm not gonna say I was upset about it, but I'm sad to see Mad Max and Trey Turner go, especially to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Why did someone get hurt your soul?
Because I can't stand the Dodgers. The Dodgers are like the
Really?
Yankees of the National League. They overpay, get the luxury tax or whatever, and make a run to the World Series almost every year. Last year they won it. They're looking to go, back to back, which I was hoping the Nats would do, but unfortunately had the COVID shortened season, and the Nats didn't get to enjoy all the fruits of the labor of the World Series run they had, which I was hoping they would be able to, get back. But, like I said, they have to retool the toolbox and give more time to players on the field. We got Juan Soto, Victor Robles, which a lot of folks are still on the fence about. Luis Garcia just came up. Some of the pieces they traded for, I believe, will be getting to some games soon, because honestly, most likely they're out of the playoff hunt. So, who else? So Kyle Schwarber, who was having a killer season in June before he went down with a hamstring injury, traded him to Boston. And John Lester, who I didn't like the move anyway, with getting him on the team, was traded to St. Louis. Going into basketball, the Wizards made a blockbuster trade with the Lakers and Russell Westbrook. They traded for Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl, Jesus, got a crazy name, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious.
That sounds like a disease.
This nigga's name is
You're struggling so
because
bad.
it's
You
worse
sound
than-
like a substitute teacher.
This is worse than Cleophas from a different world, man. That's like Dwayne Cleophas Wade. I'm like, dude, where you get that name from? This my name is Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
He said that's his name.
That's his name, and that's the name his mama gave him. And 2 second-round picks, one in 2024, and one in 2028. This past week, the NBA had their draft, and they drafted Corey Keppert. I guess is how you say it.
You really sound like a substitute teacher right
Because some of these names, man, you want to try to read this shit?
That's because you don't like the NBA.
I can't read your handwriting. It's so little.
Kiepert. Typert. All right, I'm doing the best I can over here. It's like when I try to do hockey, some of them names.
Why you write so small when your eyes?
Cause I'm supposed to be a doctor.
Your eyes are like that.
I was supposed to be a doctor.
Did you hear me? Your eyes are squinted.
Because I can see, it's like magnifies.
No, I don't.
I can see all that shit.
Clearly.
I can see the future. He was he is a small, I believe he's a small forward, I believe, or a shooting guard. I couldn't find the exact position he played, but I know we'll talk about it tomorrow night on Sports on the Hill. And he's also a teammate of Rui Hachimura, who was a draft pick in 2019 for the Wizards, and have high hopes for him also.
Yep.
Let's see.
My son looked like
He do a little bit.
him. See?
Just a
My
little
son
bit.
looked like him. It's
He's
weird.
just a little lighter.
Yep.
Then Washington football team news, training camp, I believe wrapped up yesterday, if not yesterday, today. They'll be moving back up to Ashburn. They were down in Richmond for the past week. Most of the reports I've been able to check out, and I haven't had a chance to talk to any of my sources yet because it's still so early. I'm going to wait. I'm reaching out to a couple of people to see if we can have some interviews. So I'm going to try to get Julie Donaldson back on like we had her on last season. But she's very busy this year with all the stuff that she's doing. So stay tuned. But they say that the defense is looking outstanding. William Jackson III, who was the prize cornerback in free agency, the Washington football team signed. He's on the outside with the third-round draft pick, Benjamin St. Juste, who has been impressing, especially being a rookie. And they saying, excuse me, that'll be freeing up Kendall Fuller, who plays one of the best slot corner positions in the league. We'll be moving more on the slot, not on the outside, which I always say that's not a strong suit. I mean, not to his detriment, but he's a smaller guy, so when he goes up against the bigger wide receivers on the outside, they tend to be able to box him out and, get him out of position because of his size. But they say that the defense is looking good. Landon Collins and Cameron Curl have been on the field at the same time, playing in the safety positions with Collins down in the box, Curl playing the free safety, which I didn't think was going to happen with coming off of the Achilles injury with Collins. He's only 27. He has a big contract, a big cap number, but looked like he's, from what I heard from Coach Rivera in the press conference, he's very impressed with what he's doing. I heard he's been playing very well. He's on schedule after the Achilles. It's normally a 9-month rehab, and they said that he's looking pretty good out there at that time on the sideline. Helped them looking at the game and the new defense from the coach's perspective and seeing each play as it go down and hearing what the coach would expect from him. So they're saying that that's definitely worked out in his favor. And on the last note, and I can't say last note, almost second to last note, if you saw Coach Rivera's press conference, I believe at the beginning of the week, he mentioned the frustration that he had with the low vaccination rate on the team. Washington has one of the lowest rate, if not lowest rate of vaccinations on the team. They're at about 50%. And the way the league is looking at it now, because of the extended regular season now with 17 games and 3 preseason games, that they're talking about teams, if they don't have enough people to dress for the game because of COVID situations, that they would make the team forfeit the game. And saying that to say this, Washington has just had another player diagnosed or put on the COVID restriction list, along with Curtis Samuel, who's on the PUP list because of COVID reserve, Cornelius Lucas, Brandon Sheriff, the 2-time franchise guy, David Sharp, another offensive line member, and this one just broke about 30 minutes ago. Daron Payne is the latest player that's put on the COVID list, one of the defensive tackles, first-round pick that they drafted, I want to say 3 years ago now. Yeah, because that's also the good news. Well, that's good news. Jonathan Allen signed his contract extension. He was on the 5th-year option of his rookie deal. He signed a 4-year, $72 million extension with $30 million guaranteed. So, for all the geniuses that keep on saying the team overpaid for him, guaranteed money does not count against the cap. So you subtract that $30 million from the 72, that puts it at 4 years, $42 million, which is about $10.1 million a year, which is below the average of the top paid defensive tackles in the league, which is around 15.7 million. So for all of the folks that saying the team overpaid for him, go read a book. Please.
See, that was very impressive mathematics.
Hey, man, you know.
I was very impressed.
Hey, man, football. You know how I love my football, dog. But
Then he ends it with.
I gotta drop the mic. Oh, I can't do it on Monday. I gotta be a family friendly show. I can't rent my frustration with some of these fans. But we'll talk about more and break it down more tomorrow night on Sports Mill Podcast, streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and always on the next day it'll be on the podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Just Google us, hashtag Sports COP. You can't miss it, dog. We out there. You know you love us. DC Sports about the politics, baby. Hey, man, you know,
They tried to sexy at the end.
because I gotta put the emphasis on it. Because I gotta, man, you gotta put the emphasis on it. I gotta put. Sometimes you gotta put your dick on the table, son. You gotta let them know.
No, you don't.
Just let them
No,
know.
you don't. We had the conversation once.
Sometimes you just gotta put your dick on the table. So.
I think that's not what it is.
I will pull my knife out. Like, it's not a game.
Hey,
Let
man.
me bring my purse closer.
I'm just saying, man. That's how I'm feeling tonight. That's how I'm feeling. Oh, she ain't got her bracelet on. She got
Oh, that's a big joint.
that's what I mean.
I heard that joint drop.
You're lucky I left my baton. I got my baton though.
Where you talking at? I got my stuff on the table. So if you decide you want to put something on the table, I got something on the table too.
I gotta flip this motherfucker off.
You know, I don't care. I help you. If you flip the table, paper's blocked. Do it.
They gonna have audio. Oh, Chad, Lady Antoinette, stop! She tried to kill me. Man, damn.
That'd be the first one. Oh, we flipping tables back. No evidence.
What's going on, Lady Antoinette?
Nothing much. I try to get my life together after moving my child. I've never been so tired.
How was that trip? How was that trip?
First of all, we packed her truck up on
Tell us
the
how you really feel.
hottest day ever. It was like 99 degrees that day. And humid. Very humid. So pack the truck up. Next day we leave out in the evening, right? I'm like, all right, we're gonna leave in the evening. It's gonna be a nice, smooth ride, right? Well, apparently the governor decided that it didn't want us to drive a certain speed with the U-Haul on the road. So our trip took 14 hours to Florida. Non-stop. We just stopped to go to the restroom and stuff. 14 hours. Then we get there. Florida, it's hot. And
Florida heat is very disrespectful.
it is.
Yeah, it's all right.
Especially
That close
in
to that water.
Orlando.
Man. Yeah, man.
That particular day. It was hot, it was muggy, and we just drove 14 hours, but we like, all right, let's stop us in the apartment. She's on the second floor.
Why can't it be on the basement? Why can't it be
Because first of all, I'm not having my daughter who's single by herself living on the ground floor.
They don't have bars on the window? Most of them have bars.
Bars on the
And
window.
the alarm on the joint, man. I just hate moving upstairs, man. I hate all
Everybody hates moving upstairs.
I hate
However, the move
Uh-huh.
is like one day.
Uh-huh.
She's going to live there longer than one day. You see what I'm saying?
I guess
So
it's-
I would rather move the stuff up the stairs
Mhm.
and struggle for that one day than for her to live on the ground floor.
I've always lived on the ground floor. I've never had any problem.
You're a man.
I understand. I'm just saying.
She's a 5'2",
I understand your logic.
130-pound girl.
I understand your logic. I'm just saying. Whenever my aunt used to move like every 2 years, and she
Okay,
would
so-
always move on the third floor. That's
See,
why I was like,
third floor.
what?
See, that's
Yeah,
different than the
yeah.
second.
That shit used to be like, really?
You hate that because you the nigga that was moving.
Exactly. Yeah. Our nephew,
The
who
whole
that was
time, I'm
called?
gonna be real with you. We didn't have much help on that end.
Yeah, that shit.
Not like we
sucked.
did on this end. So moving that stuff, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you always got more shit than you ever imagined when you moving.
Put your son to work.
You better do something.
Yes, that's the system. Why not? You helping. And then when we of course I got a resort while I was down there so that we wouldn't have to impose on her. But my son was like, I'm staying here. He stayed with his sister the
I
whole
thought he
time.
was riding for you.
For me, but apparently he's more of a rider for his sister.
Because he know he's gonna miss his sister, because now she gonna be focused on his little ass the whole time. He like,
Okay.
mommy.
He tried that already. I was like, why is this? Who put this here? He was like, I didn't put that here. Who did it? The dog? Who did it? There's nobody else here but you.
All deniability is God.
He was like, I didn't do that. It wasn't there yesterday. It's only me and you here in this house. Who did it? Already.
You know, it's tough when your other sibling goes away. I've been through that. Like, when my older brother went to jail, and my mom started asking questions she ain't never asked before. When you go, what the hell do you mean? Why you come in the house this late? I mean, you left the door open. There's no, I can't blame anybody else. The other scapegoat.
I promise you, I think my son tried to blame the dog for something, and I was like, bro.
We ain't had pets. I ain't had nobody to blame.
But here's the thing: there's certain things that the dog is not gonna do. You understand? Like, who put these dishes in this sink?
That little nigga talented. That little nigga talented, man. You don't know what he do when you ain't around, man.
I heard Taylor about to get a DJ kit.
Hey, man, he talented, dog. He be in the house 12 hours practicing. I be at work,
I'm
man.
sure.
I come home.
I'm sure.
My board messed up. Knobs all out of whack.
Oh, and that had to be the dog. That was the dog. Yeah.
For my owner left me.
No, it's the dog. It's the dog's life.
Right.
Yeah, it's been
He
a rough.
probably had Snoop on his show.
Nigga
need
ain't
to get
called
your
me.
game
Yeah,
back.
nigga ain't called me and tell me shit.
You need to get your game
I
up.
gave you $2.
Hey, man. Yeah, you gotta get
Taylor was
stuff,
like, I
Bob.
tried to tell you, you didn't want to listen. You thought I just had to go outside. That was it.
Hey, man.
But yeah, the trip home was 12 and a half, which was a little better than 14.
Drink
So
brew
we got
wings
home
and
at
shit.
like 5 o'clock in the morning on Monday, and for some reason I thought I was gonna be able to work. So I didn't take off on Monday. So that was
Yeah,
that was.
I made that mistake one time, and I didn't go to a different state. I was moving in the same state.
That was a little rough. So I've been trying to, cope. Because I did take off the week that we moved her, but the week that I came back, and then after that, I've been trying to get it together. But, and then I'm going out of town this week. And then 2 weeks after that. So.
Fuck y'all.
You make it CP3.
Fuck y'all. Yeah, I'm mad a little bit.
CP3, I ain't going nowhere until October.
Nigga, you was just in Miami. I don't want to hear that shit.
Well, I mean, I'm going.
I can barely get to Florida. I can barely get to Florida Avenue right now.
You know where Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm just gonna prepare you next year. You gonna be mad at me, so I need you to get your little.
Yeah, I'm about to get my
together.
I'm about to get my life together.
I'm
Fuck
about to
that.
act a fool next year. Okay.
She got one child down.
Right. I'm
I'm
act
about
a
oh
whole
trust me.
fool.
Oh I'm about oh trust me. I'm about to get my shit together.
So while I was in that Florida heat is ridiculous.
It is. It's very disrespectful.
Miami, that Florida heat is very disrespectful.
That's why.
And then whoever said that because Florida is positioned where it is, there's no humidity.
Bullshit.
They're lying.
Yeah,
I
that's
would have
bullshit.
slapped them.
They're lying.
I know that.
So let me
They're
tell
like, we
you,
get the ocean breeze where
it's no breeze.
See, I
there's
wouldn't.
hurricane and then there's hot. That's
Yeah, I went in
it.
the fall time. I wouldn't think it was like October.
It's not as hot there,
Yeah,
down
but it's
there
still
in
bad. It's
October,
still
but still,
hot.
so I am going back down there in November. So
So we think the next trip that I got for Renegade is Atlanta, and then we're going to we're trying to go to Vegas in December.
Y'all might try to do the Vegas.
Oh yeah, really quickly.
And, oh man, I ain't been to
You
Vegas.
missed the Miami. I could see
You fucking right. I'm gonna be
But
in
I feel
Vegas.
like everybody's in Vegas this weekend. I'm like, did I miss something? Like I just
Well,
seen-
last week everybody was in Miami when I was looking on
That's
social
true.
media. I was like,
And now
y'all
everybody's
motherfuckers all
like,
down there
I
together.
know so many people in Vegas right now. And then I saw footage of Kevin Hart jumping on stage during an Usher performance in Vegas. I was like, why didn't I get the memo?
The
I
hell?
know. But that Miami trip broke me.
Well,
Yeah, you know. So let me tell you about some of these Miami stories.
Oh shit.
We got put our. Oh, you just want to take a sip?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's this bougie Corona you got right here?
It's in the fridge. I don't know. I'm drinking with my pinky out.
Uh-huh.
Corona Familia.
Wait, why he say that properly?
Yeah, no.
Because I know I can't speak no foreign language. I gotta sound that shit out
I
loud.
said you said it properly though,
Cause I gotta work on that shit.
but I'm shocked.
I work in the
You
industry
must
where a
be-
lot of
you
Spanish
must be
people come.
drunk because you speaking in foreign languages properly.
I work on it at work. I get some, como esta comes in the
didn't-
See, like I said, that's what I'm telling you. I gotta work on this shit.
So when we was in the last day we was in Miami, right? We was telling my man to go to DJ Khaled for our finger. So we parked up the street. I don't know who turned the heat up from heat to cockpit
Yeah. So you parked and then walked.
and then walked.
Oh no.
So we went there, but then we had to walk back because we had to go catch our plane. So we stopped on the way. First of all, Renegade had a gallon of water with it.
Yes, you have to.
Then we stopped at 7-Eleven. I got me like one of those.
Mhm.
Wasn't enough.
No.
Then we finally get to the car. I would never go to Miami.
You said airport.
First of all, it looks big on the outside. The terminal that we had to go through was like this big with like the Million Man March in this.
Because everybody was in Miami.
Yeah, everybody's in Miami last weekend.
So we should have went to Fort Lauderdale. But so we wound up doing this long ass walk, and I was like, yo. So when I went to the airplane joint, you know how you stand like then they do the little scan?
Oh, uh-huh.
They was like, oh, we can't read you because you're sweating. I started to say,
Well, I've never heard of it. What?
he's like, oh, you sweating? We can't read you. We gotta pat you down and use the machine.
What? What do you mean you're sweating and we can't read you? I've never heard that.
Like, what the fuck do you? I was like, I'm sweating. Do you know what the fuck I am?
See, you
Everybody's
better than me. See, you better than me. I'd be like, you
You're
think I'm
sweating.
sweating? You think I'm sweating? Imagine what my balls feel like right now.
Dude, you look sweating. Like, look, make it happen. He's like, then the way he said it to, I really wanted to slap him. He's like, excuse me, sir, we couldn't get a good read on you. Are you sweating? That sweat drips down my face. I'm like, no, nigga, I'm melting. What are you doing?
No, cool.
Got an internal shower, motherfucker. What you
You
think?
said internal shower.
I mean, it was just like, clearly you can see I'm sweating. So, we did all of that. First we had to search for 30 minutes and we couldn't find the little desk to be like, hey, where's this gate at? So we wound up finding it. And then, we did all that.
That's the real reason why you gotta be there early. You know that.
Yeah.
Because you gotta like search for everything.
Yeah, and then when we got there, this shit was smaller than my living room. We all gonna get on the Then they wound up, I think, changing us to another gate.
Oh yeah, I hate when they do that.
Yeah, that blew me.
Cause then the gate don't never be close.
Yeah, so after finally catching your breath, they're like, oh, by the way, you gotta walk that way.
Yeah.
I was like, you a bunch of haters.
Right.
But while we was in Miami, it was fine. So we went to this restaurant that, CP3 love called Bacon Bitch. So, at Bacon
They had
Bitch,
bacon on the bitches.
Oh my god.
I'm just.
Did you hear what he said? But he get mad when I be like, "Are you a pimp?"
so at Bacon Bitch, basically, they call you bitch.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
What? He's done. Right there. You just took him out.
So, first of all, shout out to my man George. You ever had a dude that don't know how to give you fucking directions?
Oh no.
So, the restaurant is like on the corner in the cut.
Oh.
So, we put the GPS in to find it, and it's saying we're here and we're looking, and the fucking sign is about this big.
Oh.
So then we keep walking past it, so finally he
Still laughing about
That shit is great.
thank God.
You want something to drink, bitch?
Wait till I get to that
Love
part.
to work there. Like real stuff.
We had to use somebody's location on their iPhone, and then we went there, right? We had walked past the motherfucker like 6 times by this point. So it was almost ready to close, and she's like, work on the bacon, bitch. And we was like, okay. And then she was like, well, what about the clothes? I was like, well, my party's here. And she's like, oh, you have a table? Oh, I don't care, bitch.
You about to, I think he can
That's
make it
crazy.
through. I don't think he gonna make it through.
That's crazy.
So when the waitress comes, she goes, hey, welcome to bacon, bitch. Bitch, what's your order?
Don't drink while you telling this story.
I got to this. I got to this. Shit is too funny.
So, you know, after called me on coffee, like, yeah,
What you just called me?
But, you know, she laughed and stuff, and then, you know. So this is how you get the waitress attention. Hey, bitch. Hey,
I
bitch.
wonder how many fights they been in that motherfucker. I wonder how many fights the police took on him with somebody getting mad because somebody called him a bitch.
I mean, but that's right. You like, hey, bitch.
Oh, shit.
So,
Oh,
I came to the
Lord.
door, I was like, hey, bitch. Chicken sandwich, and I need this drink. And then Renegade got chicken and waffles in the drink.
Oh, man.
Was the food good?
It was all right. It was all right. It wasn't bad.
Oh.
The price was horrible. So that's what I'm about to get to now.
Oh, man. You
So
said
you got
chicken and
pay a
waffles.
lot for them to call you? Oh, okay.
And
So
I got a story about chicken and waffles, too.
Oh,
so we did this, right? So we did this, and she gave us the bill. Mind you, remember what I said? I got a chicken sandwich. Not chicken sandwich with fries.
oh, just the sandwich.
Just a chicken sandwich. Chicken, a slab of breast
$20.
with 2 pieces of bread. And I got 1 alcoholic drink.
Oh, okay.
Renegade had chicken and waffles
Which is so easy to make.
and 1 alcoholic drink. He handed me a bill for $100.
Gosh.
Jesus.
Bitch, are you kidding?
What are you doing?
Bitch, where the rest of my food?
Right.
But
Did we miss something?
do we miss it? I know. So we had, paid the bill or whatever. So then the waitress started fucking with my man there. She's like, all right, bye, bitch. Hey, bitch, you in the corner. Bye, bitch.
Oh my God.
Because no, we were clowning it. We was clowning. I said, you know why you quiet there? You let the little girl call you a bitch. So I guess she heard us clowning them. And she's like, hey, bitch, you in the corner. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. I was like,
What's wrong? Oh, you
That
ain't like
shit's
that
crazy.
part.
That
That
shit's
part wasn't
crazy.
that funny to you.
Nah, that's just crazy.
Just the
you would like it if
callback.
you could say, hey, bitch.
Yeah, I
Hey,
could
bitch, I
man.
want
I'd
some
be
more
in
than
that joint. That should be hilarious.
You could be like,
I just want to know how many fights they had.
None.
Wow. That bitch looked at me funny. She called me a bitch a different way. I'm about to go fuck her up. Yeah.
You take the happiest story to the
I'm just
darkest
saying,
place.
I done seen some crazy shit. But then you talking about chicken and waffles. I ordered from this spot. Just a quick side note. Y'all, I was trying to, frequent a black-owned establishment that just opened up on DoorDash.
What's the establishment?
I'm not gonna put them out there because the story isn't a flattering story, and I don't want to get hit with
You
slander.
gotta tell us that.
I got
Yeah.
they had a nice picture of chicken and waffles with the Belgian waffles with the powdered sugar on top. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out.
Okay.
I got some wings to go with it too. So I got me some even more wings. I opened up the tray for the chicken and waffles. The famous gave me 4 chicken tenders and 2 Eggo waffles, bro.
Eggo?
2 Eggos, bro. That shit ain't funny, bro. Bruh, that was 2 Eggo waffles in there, bruh. You talking about disgusted? I was like, really? They had the drinks all golden brown with the powder, and I got no butter enough. And there's 2 Eggo waffles in that joint with 4 chicken
I saw
tenders.
what it did about it, dog. He loved fixing Belgian waffles.
Man, 2 Eggos. All right, I just had to get that off my chest.
Alright,
Bless
so-
your heart. Of course, it would be you. They
Yeah.
give us a ratchet story.
I was trying to establish a black-owned business.
So while we were in Miami, Renegade did get to perform. I'm actually gonna play his performance today.
Okay.
So after we finish this, that'll be the first video we're gonna play. Is actually his performance. One of the things we it's funny because we just had this story. We just had this conversation with No Villain. But one of the things some of my man and my man CP3, not my man, my other dude named Chris, sorry, was his name was MV somehow. But we were talking about people on your team, and there's a point in this when Renegade was performing that one of those dudes that's supposed to be on this dude's team, yeah, Renegade come up on stage, and when Renegade was before me this year, the same energy. It was hate and envious. And you have to be worried. That's why I was talking about having people up on stage. You gotta be worried of people around you. When people see that you're doing great things or that you're better than them, they tend not to celebrate you.
Yeah, they're not always for you.
Yeah. So we saw that. We had that conversation. We had a wild night. We went to a mansion party that got shut down early.
By the police. Right?
Yep, they was out there full force. So we went, but as we went to the mansion party, CP3 can relate to this. My man's brother, godbrother, was so
And CP3 can relate already. Go ahead.
Kinda, sorta, sometimes.
so it's a mansion pool party. So we walking around, you know, it was like $50 to get in. I am not drinking for a reason. Because as we got there, one day dude was already turned. So we at the Airbnb and he kept telling his man to send me your location. So I happen to walk outside. He goes, send me your location. And I sit down and I go, that's not gonna happen. He's like, just let you know I paid for this Airbnb.
Yeah.
I said, and it's a noise audience in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not be sleeping on somebody's floor or anything if we got kicked out.
Right.
So, Renegade's looking like, you need, man. Renegade's like,
Yeah, you can party elsewhere, but you're not about to be loud where we lay our head.
and you know, my voice was like, yo, I understand that those your peoples. They will fucking not be coming here. I was like, yo, they're not gonna come. So I was like, something to me that's the spot. So we get to the mansion joint. Dude is turned. And normally when he ain't too drunk, he cool. But he's turned. So I'm just watching everything. As I'm sitting there observing stuff, a nigga about Curl size, a little bit taller, walks, and he's security, obviously security, because he had Curl's build. He looked like Curl. You think maybe he had hair or something. Maybe he had dreadlocks. I don't remember that part.
Hey,
But I do remember this.
I felt that gut check.
Might have been my cut. Might have been my cut.
He had AR-15 on his side.
Gotcha. It might have been.
Yeah, that was. I feel like there's a relation there.
Maybe.
So son had an AR-15. So I'm like, oh, I will not be drinking, especially if we have a person with us that is too drunk, because either I can defuse the situation or I can run the fuck out.
Yeah.
Either way, I need to be sober.
You need to be alert. You need to be alert.
Either way, you know, hey, if I can't defuse this situation, if he's already got the trigger finger, well, you know, hey, I need to go that way.
Quickly, yes. You need
If I can
to-
get him before he can draw it up, like, hey, I'll take care of this dude. I'm an OG, I got it. Sorry about that. We leaving. We
Yeah.
done. You know, but so I'm just watching everything. So they go inside. I'm outside, and dude stepped out the party. They was like, "Yo, you step out.
You can't come back.
No, you can come back. You just gotta pay $20."
No.
So he paid the $20, but then he wanted the $20 back after he came back into the party. And then he was almost arguing. Renegade Quarter, he was almost arguing with the dude with the AR-15.
No, baby. Did he notice that he had a weapon? I'm confused.
I don't think.
That's not something that you should do. Is argue with
I don't
someone
even
who
think he knew
clearly
what color the
has
sky was at this point. He was so lit. And so then the music stopped. And then we saw like the police lights in the back. So when I tell you they came in full force, we couldn't even back out so many damn. They took up the street. And it was just like, yo, so they shut the party down.
clearly, but at least let us leave.
And then, you know, people was arguing and stuff, and I didn't even have to tell them, I said, calm that shit down. And he's like, this sounds like, bro, first of all, you don't know the whole situation. And he
As
was
to
like-
why they shutting it
and he
down.
was like, what do you mean? We don't know why they shut the party down, because I said the flyer said 3 nights, which means they've been partying for 2.
Mm-hmm.
which means they probably got a warning maybe on the first or the second. They continued to do this, knowing there was a possibility of this party getting shut down.
Right. True.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't think about it." I said, "You have to look at it." And I said, and I know why, because you came to party with your friends and stuff. But you got to think about it for all angles
Right.
and in all aspects. And see, we assume because they come to shut the party down, and the police are the bad guys. However, they could have warned them Friday night, "Don't do this shit again."
And this
They could
might
have warned
not
them on
even-
Saturday night.
But
No.
here's the thing, this might not even be the first weekend that they've done this.
Yeah.
This might be a constant issue.
Yeah.
You know.
So, and then I pointed out, I said, "Oh yeah, here's another reason why the party got shut down." He was like, "Why?" I said, "Because black people, like what you just did, don't follow directions." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "In that flyer, it said we needed to park at the shopping center in a shuttle bus."
Would take you.
He said, "Well, they own this property, so you don't know what they own.
Yeah.
You don't know what they own. They tell you to do that is because they don't want the police to know that they're having a party."
Yeah. Sure.
I said, "But look at all these cars that belong to all these people in there. So now you alerted
Yeah. It's very clear who had the party.
because you didn't follow directions.
It's hot. That's what it's called.
But this is supposed to be. I don't think that, bro, you're wrong." And and as I explained it to you is, you're wrong because the minute we parked here, we go wrong.
Yeah.
The instruction was walk at the and then even walking from the shopping center, it's like a 5-minute walk. But you in Florida, you don't want you don't want to step on an alligator or alligator step on me.
We're not even gonna go there right now.
But the instruction was to park there, catch the shuttle bus, which would only took about a minute to drive here. Had all these people follow that instructions, then one, you wouldn't have to wait for police to back out so you could finally leave. Two, you set the alert. That may have been the issue. All the people parked there. We're assuming that they own that property. We don't know that. We're working off an assumption that they that's not ours. So you don't know county lines and all this other stuff. So
And like you said, noise ordinance.
in Florida, I know what's which I didn't know. I was like, how the heck I noise ordinance in Miami?
Hey, our good folks from New Zealand, because your Facebook feed I think is down.
Yes.
They actually chimed in on my feed. He said he sent in a new video from his 14-year-old daughter, one of my favorite, TJ May Crow,
Okay.
and her 25-year-old cousin, his niece Tisha. And he said he shared the show already, and he said he sent you the track. Oh man, so my feed is interrupted.
Your feed acting
Got
up.
interrupted, yeah. It's been glitching a
Yeah,
little
you just sent me
bit.
the track.
Yeah, cause I tagged. No, I didn't tag y'all then. So how did he follow?
Okay.
Well, that's cool. He followed my page because when I set mine up, I can't tag them.
Yeah, but I shared your page too.
Oh, okay. That's how it happened. Okay, just trying to figure things out. That's all. Okay.
But
It's alright, you good at it. It's
So-
all we know that you had a little deuce after.
Yeah.
so
Alright.
when we were walking on South Beach, and this is the funny aspect.
You said you was walking on South
We
Beach.
was walking on South Beach about 3 o'clock in the morning. First of all, every night I was playing, man, going to bed till like 5.
Usually. That's Miami. That's a Miami.
So we walking on South Beach, me Renegade and the fellas, right? We walking on South Beach about 3 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting on this step, and this dude, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. The dude comes, face all fucked up.
Like you been in a fight?
Yeah, anything is underwear.
Oh.
So he's like, they got me again.
Again?
Mm.
I mean, his face is fucked up. Like, clearly he didn't win the battle.
Bad mistake
And
after
then he ain't
bad
got no
mistake.
clothes on.
So we all laughing at this point, right? So the next day we in Wet Williams, and we see this girl there, and she's talking to my man George. So I start to tell George about this story. She's like, hold up, wait a minute. Did he have on like some like gray underwear, some little tighty whities? She said, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened to him.
Oh.
So apparently, he was out in front of a gay club, mouth and all. And I think they reenacted the scene from Hustle and Flow where they whooped that trick.
I was about to say. Oh my
And they whooped him. But then she's like, after he got whooped, because she's like, well, he still had his clothes on after he got whooped. And I was like, okay. So then she's like, oh, after he got beat up though, he started fucking with another person. And he got whooped by that other person. And that's apparently how. So he actually got beat twice in one night.
They got me again. I passed.
Oops, I did
I mean,
it
my thing
again.
is when you run your mouth, didn't I send y'all that? When you run your mouth, you just might get dragged. You have to understand.
I don't know if it's gonna get dragged when you ain't got no clothes.
I mean, but that's a dragging to me.
Yeah, it's amazing how much.
You beat a nigga to his drunk.
I mean,
It happens.
yeah, I've seen some shit happen, but it's amazing how people talk shit and sell all these wolf tickets, and then when the situation changes and they come against the right one, then they want to start apologizing and shit. Like, my bad, dog. You know, nah, you was just this big bad motherfucker that's gonna whip my ass. Now you got to do this. Like, all right, well, whip my ass then. And now it's a situation. Now you want to be diplomatic.
Now the crazy thing is, he a skinny nigga at that. He ain't even like a cop.
But that's who run their mouth. Real talk. That's the people who run their mouth.
Yeah, see, dudes like me, I just sit back and chill, man. And when somebody fuck with me, then okay, I do what I gotta do. But I don't be one to
Dog, this
do
nigga
no
look like he
shit.
still eats Happy Meals.
It's the people who can't hold their weight, for real, literally, that run their mouth. People who have no chance of winning will run their mouth. I don't understand it, but that's.
That's the crazy.
Hey, they watch too many movies,
And
man.
then we talking about Florida. Let's be real. The things they say about Florida, it's true. Like,
Yeah, it's
unfortunately,
one
if you
motherfucker.
Google Florida man, just the 2 words, Florida man, and if that ain't enough, go ahead and Google Florida woman. I mean, the stories that you see.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, one thing about Florida is this.
I ain't never dated no Florida woman.
Florida, I've never seen so many homeless
Oh
people.
no, yes I
in
have.
shape.
Well, technically not dating.
I've never seen so many fucking homeless people in shape.
They swole.
Instead of,
You ain't got no choice, man.
but that dog, all you can do is work out in the heat.
Hey, just be able to eat to try to forget that hunger, man. 1001,
And they
1002.
might be fighting alligators and
Uh-huh.
everything.
Like, we gonna eat tonight, son. Give me that machete. We about to go get this gator.
Dog, they got the, they got the, on the beach, they got the gym and shit,
Yeah,
right?
and they work
So,
out.
you ain't got nothing else to do. You like, oh, you know what?
I could lay in the sand and do nothing, or I can go get me a
You
6-pack.
can work out like, yo, I saw a bum nigga with a 6-pack. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But let
I
me
was
tell
like,
you,
what?
the funniest thing that I see. So my daughter has the Ring doorbell, right? So on the Ring app, and she wanted me to tap into that. They have this thing called Neighbors. So you can post, like, it's almost like social media. And you can post, things, you can post your videos from your room onto the Neighbors portion of it. And people put out different alerts. The things that happen in Florida are just the most ridiculous ever. And then some of the people within the comments of it, like, somebody was like, they shooting on such and such, and they put like the intersection, and people like were going in on them, because it was fireworks, and they were just going in on the people. And the stuff that they say to each other, it has me cracking up. It's like literally entertainment. And it's just like social media, and sometimes it may be even worse, because like this one video, this lady showed up at somebody's door at 4 o'clock in the morning. She was drunk and hilarious.
Oh, them drunk people in full.
But you're sitting on someone's front porch at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's not your people. Like, you don't know them. They don't know you at all. So I was like, she probably got drunk and like
Somebody dropped her
didn't
off.
realize where she was. No, she might have thought she was home.
Well, that too. We used to
she
drop
was
people
drunk,
off.
drunk.
Yeah, when they was drunk, we at least
And she
leave
had
at their house. Though.
she had a sweater. She had like a tank top on, but then the sweater over, and she just was crossing her sweater, just sitting there and talking and singing. I was like, oh.
We went at the bus stop. Those people at the bus stop. And
So
shit.
let me tell you about about crazy. So that same night, me and Renegade, the other guys left. Me and Renegade went back to the club we before. We went back there, and we catch up to Half, who's the A&R for Def Jam. So we walk into the club. Migos is there. Well, Migos is coming, but they ain't got there yet. So they was charging niggas almost $150 at the door,
That's how they do.
and then a table sold for like $10,000. Migos came in, they ain't do nothing. All they did was just sit on the other side.
Yeah. Just because they're there. That's the reason.
But it was crazy. So it was standing room, fuck that. It was breathing room only. Like I was contemplating on staying in the bathroom all night. It was so crowded. So we went half. So we get into the VIP section. But I'm standing in front of it, and half of them standing on stage, and Renegade standing. The fucking bouncer dude, he's cool. He's coked the fuck up.
Oh shit.
He's so coked up, like he's denying women going in the VIP. The Renegade's like, yo, you ain't gonna let it in. He was like, man, I live in my own kids with these bitches. I see pretty bitches all day. I don't care about that shit. He's dancing to the music.
Oh.
He's like, yo, you dancing? They go, where you going?
Oh.
Yo, and he's like, we going. Somebody here for you?
Oh, well.
Yo, he would just turn that shit. But then he's like, cool. So he told me, oh, you ain't go back there. So he's like, you want to go back? Nah, I'm cool. I was just chilling next to him. This shit funny.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck I need to go back? This is entertainment.
Yeah.
This is more entertainment than these niggas playing the music. This thing is all right.
Right.
He's like, yo, Migos song. He's like, song I work out to all the time. So, fuck.
Give security guards a bad name.
So he did, huh?
Yeah, it's him.
Nobody else.
I ain't do nothing to nobody.
So you don't give security guards a bad name ever.
Hey man, I
Amen. The
almost
fact
had to.
that you said amen, case closed.
It was 9-on-1, man. I did what I had to do. Shit,
Ah,
I did what I had to do. It's all about survival, damn it.
here you go.
So we're gonna play two videos. We're gonna play the Renegade performance joint, and then we're gonna play a Kesney video in the go-go.
Hey, all right.
Speaking of go-go,
Mm-hmm.
I sent y'all a video. We're gonna talk about that today. I'm shocked you ain't mentioned it on your sports segment.
It's been a crazy week. I gotta go back and look.
The Washington football team has a dance
Oh, that.
that they replaced.
I'm not even
You're not
discuss.
gonna talk
I'm
about
not.
this
You can discuss that. We can talk about that in the entertainment news section, I guess. But I'm not even discussing.
Entertainment. We can't just talk about this.
I'm not. Nah, that's not sports. I'm sorry. Thought I saw a dude twerking. I was like, what the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
Is he doing a
Like I said, we're giving away a big free fund, performance fund. I'm taking an artist. If you when I say who I'm gonna give it away to, when me is saying that's who you give it away to, I want the next person. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, so make sure you want to build it. All right, so after you got to work, anything you want to put up, anything you want to say, let's go.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna DJ. What we gotta do, what did she say, right? Make sure you show up to the motherfucking DJ. He playing that shit. Make sure that shit works. Make sure y'all show up to every aspect to this rap shit. So we gotta do. Let's go, man. I go by all to the E to the N to the E to the G to the A to the B G to the E, O to the E to the N to the E to the G to the A to the D to the E, O to the E to the N to the E to the G to the A to the D to the E. Let y'all fucking know. That's all me, nigga. Don't live in the past. The back of that shit, fuck. No, live in that motherfucking past. He's going and doing what the fuck we doing, motherfucker. Because we do this shit. Word. I go by R to the E to the N to the E to the G to the A to the D to the... We're gonna get it cranked up right now, alright? We're gonna start the Lord, you know.
Every time you play this song,
Where your picture at?
I be laughing. The shit is I get on my porch. What's up, Lamont? Lamont.
ain't telling you, you talking with your money, do what you can see. I always be kind, I had to speak, people, tweet, all the kids. I'm running this, I ain't jumped at the sea, and never let me just get to
Big P. This the chick. Yeah, this the chick that was there when you were down. Beat me, Roger.
Nigga got nerve. Like, when I walk my ass shake, if you really trying to take a trip. I feel the spot on how to fuck that man.
That's not my right.
Says you like Scorpio.
Yeah, you know it. Leave a grown man in tears and take the keys to the Benz with my friends for the weekend. Sometimes on Wednesday, at the
Yeah, pretty much. In the go-go. In the go-go. How many kids did you have in the go-go? CP3?
I almost had like 3 that I know of. Almost. Just
So
ain't
you
work
said
out.
that meant you had 4.
Nah, I was, we was supposed to get down, but things changed. She was throwing that booty all around to somebody else.
Oh boy. Let me guess. You was a victim.
So, do you prefer to have sex off of trap music or go-go?
Honestly, it depends on the mood. Most of the time, it'll be some chill R&B shit. But if I'm in that, if I had a couple of dozen of oysters and some clams and I want to tear it down, I'm gonna throw some southern rap on with that deep bass and that.
If you can see Lady that's basically
I'm just saying, man. I remember that old Devin the Dude CD, man.
What?
I used to fuck off of
This is
UGK.
so
I used to fuck off of UGK, Devin the Dude.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
disturbing. But
how's that disturbing?
for real, the fact
Yeah.
that you said oysters and clams would be what gets you there. I didn't expect that part.
Because, well,
I thought that you were gonna say some type of
because
drug or plant or
nah,
that barley and rice and grain.
see, oysters, yeah,
The whiskeys.
nah, that does play a role, but they say oysters and clams sometimes are aphrodisiac for some folks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
but that would make
that
you
shit
turn
work.
on.
You doing boiled oysters?
yeah, I can only eat them raw now. I'm so used to I can't eat them cooked no more. I can't. They don't taste right to me. But raw oysters, yeah, I had a
So you just be walking around here always in the mood.
yeah. Let's just say
Yeah.
I had a. That's why I ain't ate nothing in a while.
Mm,
But
okay,
when I had a girlfriend, me and my man, we used to go hit the gym. Then we went to the oyster bar one day, I had like 3 dozen oysters and like 3 dozen clams.
And then
And I went home and I proceeded to fuck the shit out of my girl. And she woke up the next morning and was like, what was that? I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I stopped at the oyster bar on the way home. She's like, well, at least next time give me a heads up. My shit is sore, right? Oh, that shit right there.
I've never heard of
For real?
Not to that capacity.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're
Oh.
saying, like, that made you go home.
That shit, and yeah, that shit like, yeah, that put the chalk on the cue stick, man. Eight
That
ball
fool
quarter.
said the chalk
On the cue stick. 8 ball quarter pocket every time, baby. You gonna hit that thing home.
Oh my
You know
goodness.
what? So hold on.
Uh-huh.
So you came you came all hyped up and tried
Off
to
the
break
gym.
Off
And
the
some
gym.
oysters.
And I went to work that day, so I unloaded like 2 trailers, and we hit the gym, played some ball, went to the oyster bar, had a couple of beers, had some oysters and clams.
Based off of what he
You
said,
drunk?
I know
I
he
wasn't
burped.
drunk, but yeah, part of me was drunk. I say.
I will say this: he got off early.
Oh yeah, we was out of there at 2:00. We hit the
Yeah, he
gym
got off
about
pretty early,
3 or 4. Stayed there till about 5.
and then hit the
Rolled
oyster
over to the
bar.
oyster bar. I was like, fuck it, let's do something different. We hit this old TN when TNT used to be open. Had they had the oyster bar. Good old day.
And then you didn't even tell your unsuspecting mate, yo, I'm super.
Nah, he
You
just
got
was
that shit got sneak up on you. To this day, even though we ain't together, I guarantee she remember that day. I got you.
So you just came in with just pulled your dick out and
Nah. See, I laid low. I laid
you put it
low.
on the table.
I laid low. It was an element of surprise. That's why I love the surprise. Cause when you get that, what the fuck are you doing to me? I love hearing that shit. That's yeah. I was having a flashback. My bad. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
He was like, yeah.
Did you say shut up, bitch?
Nah. Take this dick.
Did she say it to you?
No.
I just said that.
No, we don't get down like that. I ain't nobody's bitch.
Here we go.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
Y'all. But you like his response, but he just go laugh.
Yeah, I just had a quick story,
This
man.
man right here, y'all crazy. After you just said,
I told you, man, 2 weeks off the air, man. That shit's crazy.
yeah,
man.
2 weeks off the air don't excuse the fact that you just sat here
You could.
and told your little story, and they gonna say y'all crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm on the air with y'all.
Nah,
Is
that's
it our fault that you do this shit? You
Yeah.
didn't know me back then.
we weren't even there. Okay, how you gonna say y'all crazy?
Because
We didn't have you going to the gym. The oyster
Being here
bar,
made
we
me
didn't
think
tell you to
about it.
go
I don't-
home.
Wait a
and do
minute.
what
I don't
you
even know
did.
how
And
we
you
got
wasn't
there.
looking at that.
Yeah, I know. But it's still y'all fault.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna
And
figure
you
out
the
a way.
one drank all the Douce, so I mean,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
this. Come on, empty.
You didn't even share with Lady Anthony.
Not at
I
all.
offered,
No, not until after you had already poured it all into your cup.
but it was a clean cup. I hadn't drank from it yet. That's why I offered.
Whatever. You was like, oh,
Yeah.
you want some?
Here, you want to sip?
Right. This old lady.
Y'all ready to hear this new song?
Yep. By who?
TJ Maxx.
CJ May. You
Yes,
ready?
indeed.
Okay.
Our homie from New Zealand, her father sent it to us. Her father not
Yeah,
very talented because it's
Very
son sings
talented
as well.
yeah, man. Yeah,
And I think I had a track with the son and the cousin. I think the cousin was playing like guitar on it as
I
well.
remember we played that before.
Yeah.
yeah. He said he sent me what he said. Said his niece Tisha's very talented too. She's not going to be singing, but he's glad that her daughter got her back into music.
Oh.
And his son, I forgot what he said his son does.
His son makes beats and he sings too.
Yeah, he's a 20-year-old guitarist, beat maker, sound engineer
Yeah.
with son Phasar. And he said I told him, the family is very musical.
You give me the runaround.
They got a new banger for the show Monday night.
The runaround. You give me the runaround.
You got to sign her, though. I'm serious. You got to sign this little girl.
Like You feel it coming up. Can't save my smile. You make me feel my soul on fire. I can't get away from the pain from you. Yeah,
Said, yeah, it's a reggae soul vibe from his 14-year-old daughter. Said his nephew is on the guitar and he made the beat. My feet keep on pausing, man.
You put me in the mood, taking my song, you giving me the right, you keep on telling me, honestly, the truth will set you free. You take a piece of me, you know that it has to be. Give you the longest time to get your act together. You failed to see, I gave you all of me. I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna head out the door. And when I'm gone, I'm coming back. No more. You're giving me the runaround. You keep on telling me. You say that things will be better, but somehow I don't agree. Ooh, you're putting me in the mood. You're taking my song, you're giving me the runaround. You keep on telling me, honestly, the truth will set you free. Oh, I'm never gonna lose my soul. I know I'm gonna need it. It gives me peace of mind. It gets me through the hardest times. But I know I'm gonna make it. You're never gonna break me. You're giving me the runaround. You're giving me the runaround. You're giving me the runaround. You give me the runaround. You're giving me the runaround. The runaround. You say that things will be better. But somehow I don't agree. You give me the runaround. You give me the runaround.
All right.
She got one more, she said.
Okay.
That joint hot.
I like it. It gave me a Sade vibe.
Man, I already got a video and everything
Her voice.
concept. Yeah, that
Yeah.
man. I definitely playing it on the show tomorrow.
You can come talk to me anytime of the day. I really wanna know your name. I just wanna get to know you. Get to know you better. Get to know your name. So please let me explain myself to you. And it's clear to see beauty memories of good times that we used to be. I really wanna show what you mean to me. Just wait and see. You gotta rock this next for me. You make me feel like today's gotta be different from yesterday, and that's real. You and me, we're the key. Destiny, and you can start by telling me your name. I just wanna get to know you. And I don't mind if you only have a minute. So pull up and come and talk to me. I just wanna get to know you. Get to know you proper. Get to know your name. So please let me explain. When I'm down and low, I feel like the moonlight. Feel so cold. I need your touch. Hang on down for your love. I just can't take this feeling no more. You make me feel so good. No, you. I don't wanna come back down. I just wanna get to know you. And I don't mind if you won't get it. But pull up and come and talk to me. Yeah. I just wanna get to know you. Get to know you proper. Get to know your name. So please let me explain. Let me explain.
I love it.
Yeah. She's dope. She's dope.
Right.
She's dope. She
It's
is
so
so dope.
soulful. Right.
14 years old, man. That's crazy.
Man.
She should be on America's Got Talent and shit.
Right.
That joint, yeah. The first track, I can see a video for that joint and everything, man. I can see a video for that joint. Second joint, nice, man. Yeah. I gotta get into music management because she need a manager, dog.
Yo, first of all, salute to her father Johnny. He's a big fan of the show. He always supports.
Yeah.
You know, all the way from New Zealand. He gives more support from New Zealand than half these clowns out here.
You ain't never lie.
And we want to say thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And then also, shout out to him for being such a big support of his family too.
That's
You
very
know,
important. That is super important.
I love that. I admire the fact that he goes hard for his family. He's always promoting them, always singing their praises, and rightfully so because they're so talented. So we do appreciate you and your family for blessing us and the entire world with your talents.
We're gonna have to get him on one of the video interviews.
Yeah, we gotta talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Baby, we gotta get out to New Zealand, dog.
I mean, I'm trying to do some traveling next year. I wouldn't mind. Don't look at me like that. He just gave me this glance like.
I mean, you gotta get a passport. I got a passport too.
I got a passport.
I got my
Mine
picture
ready.
already. I just ain't got my passport.
How you
I mean, we're not
got the
talking about
picture?
the
It don't take that. You know, you can have a you can schedule right.
Going in today.
Right.
Because
You know, you could schedule the appointment at the post office.
I know. I mean, I got the picture a couple of years ago because I was about to supposedly go out of the country, but that's before the COVID shit hit. Nah, where was I going? I was about to go to Europe. I was trying to.
I'm about to say who out in Europe?
Got to think for some Russian women, man.
Russian.
I like Russian women.
Wait,
I don't know why, I just do.
back up.
And I was going to Amsterdam.
What you say?
Okay, that's more appropriate.
I'm about to say you just gave us. You went all around the world just now.
Yeah, because Europe is a nice place for a gentleman like myself to go to. Got a lot of war babies over there. If y'all know what war babies are, look that shit up.
War babies.
Yeah.
And so what's that mean to you?
You know what a war baby is.
No, tell me.
When the Negro soldiers back in the day were in the war, and they came across some nice European young women that wanted some chocolate in their lives, and they gave it to them, and let's just say they weren't around to raise the product of that encounter. And there's a lot of thicker white women over in Europe because they have some of the Negro tendencies in their DNA. What? Trying to beat the street.
You wasn't even in the war. You got some
just
war
don't
babies
talk.
walking around here. So what you talking about?
Undocumented.
You go straight downhill off the break.
But Russia is quite unique.
I ain't
Because
fucking
it's
with
in
Putin.
2 continents. So
Yeah,
you're gonna go on the Europe side, European side, you're not gonna
Yeah.
go on the Asian side.
I don't know. I ain't really had no luck with Asians.
So
I just want to travel for real. I don't even give a fuck. I just want to travel. I just want to get out of the town.
so I watched the video of the Washington dance team.
Yes. What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I think it's exploiting the culture of go-go.
I didn't even listen to the music. I
I
saw
didn't
the
listen to
video.
I watched the music, but I saw the dude beating his feet and stuff like that. How do y'all say? No, wait a minute, it's at the bottom guy. Very niggerish. But then I got political sense. Like, wait a minute. You know what show I'm on? I'm gonna have
So
to.
you feel like it's real niggerish?
Yes, I do.
I mean,
So
I
like
still,
on that ratchet level.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still do like he was doing a funky chicken or some shit. I'm
He
like,
was-
what
He was
the?
beating his
He's
feet.
beating his feet.
Oh, that's what that is.
I mean,
I know. I mean, you know.
And granted, there may be some people in that culture, in the go-go culture, may think, oh, that's a good dance, a good move. Me, I'm gonna tell you like this: from a hip hop head, I hated when McDonald's started doing hip hop commercials, and they had chicken nugget wraps and shit like that. Like that was insulting to the culture that I embraced.
I mean, that's capitalism. That's what this country is about. They're going to
There you
find
go.
a way. But they're going to find a way to make money off anything. They know if hip hop is something that's catchy that, like you say, the white folks are listening to in the suburbs. They're going to use whatever tactics they can so they can make more money. They don't care who or what they exploit to make
Right.
that happen.
Well, I will say this. I've been a Washington fan my whole life. And I will say that at every home game, at the end of the game, whether they lost, whether they won, the Washington football team has a band. They're one of the few football teams that have a band. And their band always plays go-go at the end of the game.
Did not know that.
Any home game. And
Chuck Brown and everything.
yeah, they are authentic and as authentic as they come. I know some people who have been members of that band and who have come from playing go-go. That's their roots. You know, those are their roots. So to play for a Washington football team, they would play go-go every home game. So I will say that go-go is ingrained in DC. It is now the official sound of DC. So with it being the official sound of DC now, I feel like that may have had a part of why they decided to do this. However, those gentlemen that were dancing, I feel like they were authentic, you know, DC guys, or at least from the DMV. So let's broaden it. They could have come from Virginia, Northern Virginia, or Maryland as well. So I don't feel like it's not cultural appropriation if you're including. So they're trying to be inclusive. They're including the people who you can tell something that they just learned. You can tell that. However, they were not the best at what they do. And when I watched it, and I even commented on the post was put up that I saw was put up by Washington. It was Washingtonian Probs. That's on Instagram, and I even commented. My comment was that they look like the guys that are on the Metro on the weekend that scream
Yes.
Showtime, and they're Metro performers and they dance for
Yeah.
money. That's what they look like. Those guys are amateurs. No shade to the people who dance on Metro, but they're amateur performers. So we have a professional environment. So Don't put amateur performers in that professional environment and expect us to be happy about it. I need to see something, and I said that. I said they look like Metro dancers, and they need work.
So, Lady Antoinette elegantly said what I said earlier. They look niggerish.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like as a Washington football fan, as someone who
You want to
was
see
was born in, let's just say, the heart of DC. I'm not gonna say y'all, 'cause y'all part of it. But I was born in the heart of DC.
Southeast, southeast.
So he trying to get me
There's something on the table.
I'm still working on it, you know. But anyway, and I grew up on go-go, you know. Maybe not necessarily the newer forms of go-go with the bounce beat and all that stuff. But I grew up on go-go.
But you want to see a great presentation.
I feel like the idea was great, but then they kind of went wrong. And I think that the reason why they went wrong is because the idea was great. It was someone made the decision that has nothing to do with the culture.
Yes.
And so they started making decisions, and although they may have grabbed someone who was authentic to that culture, you didn't grab someone who was good at it, you know? So I think that the idea was great. I don't like the fact that they got rid of the cheerleaders. Why is it that Washington football team has to get rid of the cheerleaders? I know some cheerleaders.
I do too.
And I felt some kind of way when they made that decision.
You want to put on your shoulder, CP3?
I've already offered. But I mean, with the situation, the way it went down with the team getting fined and Snyder being basically suspended as acting owner and GM. Acting owner.
And then having his wife.
She's running the team now. They're just erring on the side of caution. They probably will have it again. They didn't say it was always going to be this way, but they're trying to be more inclusive and bring in more different types of, environment and different types of people around and show the diversity. And, like I said, I couldn't really watch it because, I saw the video. I didn't listen to the audio. I didn't even know it was go-go being played. I just saw the way they were dancing. I was like, I think I'll pass.
Yeah, they were, and probably the part of the reason why you may not have immediately identified, because they were beating their feet, but it was like more on the newer age of go-go.
Yeah.
Where
I've heard that phrase, but I never knew what it meant.
Right. So when you think about go-go, there are differences. Of course, like even with hip hop, things change over the years. And to try to put go-go into the NFL and the NFL team and into a brand.
Well, I think they're trying to get the fans back because a lot of fans are frustrated, right, so they're trying to reach to a younger audience.
Who decided to put that type of go-go into it?
Because they're reaching out to a younger audience. They lost a lot of fans because of the name change, because
they lost a lot of their old fans.
Yeah, so they're trying to get the new fans that's only known the team as a losing team, trying to get them, and at least get them entertained to the fact that the team is changing, and hopefully if the team starts winning, they're trying to lure them in now and then put a good product on the field and the team wins, that cures all and you'll get fans. I just think it's just trying to reach out to get more fans back.
Right. Well, when it comes to go-go, you can select a style of go-go or a certain era of go-go where you'll be able to relate to all of the go-go fans versus only the young generation.
Well, like you say,
they chose a CCB song, and you could have easily chosen a Backyard song.
Just like you said,
or a Chuck Brown.
The band plays older go-go. They dance to the newer go-go. So I think it's just a mix of the old and the new. But I mean, I love go-go too, but it trips me out with the way DC folks look at go-go. I mean, I love go-go. I'm a go-go head. I don't listen to the new stuff like you say, really. But like, going on another political thing, something I was just thinking about the other day. This whole Dope Mute DC movement with the go-go and stuff. Now, everybody got behind that, and everybody's loving it, and you see the signs and you see the stuff in the city. But why can't we have a "Don't Shoot DC" hashtag? Well, people not killing each other for no fucking stupid reason, especially kids. Why can't we get behind that? I mean, that's all everybody eat go-go's, DC's music, and it's messed up when other people try to exploit it. Oh, it's messed up when you got kids dying in the street and unnecessary gun violence. And why can't we rally behind that? I just wonder that going back to the Dope Mute DC. And that's one thing we haven't talked about since we've been around, the kids that's been getting killed and all of this gun violence is going on since things have opened up with this COVID situation. And it's a lot of young teenagers that's doing the violence right now. So it's mind-blowing, mind-boggling, frustrating, and a whole bunch of other things. But if we can get together behind a genre of music, why can't we get behind us stop killing each other?
Well, let me say something. And I got nothing wrong with the whole Don't Mute DC. Think about that is that's a movement about music. Killings in DC's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
At one time, Southeast was like DC was a murder capital.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't that long. It was still the murder capital. Unfortunately, Chicago took over, but
Baltimore broke it. I think I beat them out.
Maybe now. Baltimore wasn't for a while, but DC was the murder capital for far too long and much longer than what a lot of people really think.
Okay.
And that's
so my whole thing is, even with that, is the equivalent. The people who say don't move DC, the people that are shooting kids, those people who are shooting kids don't care about music or anything.
You're absolutely right. I just had that conversation.
They don't have no value of anything. They're not valuing lives. There was a point in time when Marion Barry was when he was the mayor of DC, like he was. I don't care what they say about this man, but I remember growing up watching him on TV, walking in Southeast when it was shootings. I remember him going to candlelight, not doing press conferences, from he was doing press conferences right there in the hood, and marching with people in the hood. And I think, not saying anything bad about Mary because I don't have any issue with her. I am DC resident either. When I did it.
What, Muriel Bowser?
Yeah. But I would say this: there needs to be a change where people, if you're not focused on these areas, you can't expect the people that live in there to show any time.
Absolutely. So, one thing I will say is that you're right when it comes to the people who said don't mute DC are not the same people who were shooting. And I was just having that conversation with my grandmother. Okay, my grandmother, of course, obviously she came up in another time. She's frustrated because all these people are talking about Black Lives Matter, but then Black lives are fighting and shooting each other. And I said to her, I need you to understand that the people who are marching, the people who are supporting the cause, who are truly supporting the cause, are not the same people that are shooting everyone. I said, you have to understand the Black Lives Matter movement, and then of course also the Don't Mute DC movement, which is bigger than just the music. It's a cultural thing. They're addressing.
I mean, it's the point.
Gentrification.
It's the point that they're able to come together to have one unique voice and make change happen when they can do the same thing in these other events. I'm not saying that the people that's doing the same people, but if they can do that to unite for music, we should do that to stop killing each other. Also.
But that's a big stretch because fighting against the coach and fighting against a killer is something different. And the people that are killing, the people who are doing the killing, are the people that are from that area that you live.
Yeah, but just like we were speaking about, when a white cop kills a black person, everybody's in outrage. But when a black person kills a black person, stop snitching, or I'm not going to tell on my brother because of this and that. And we need, and we decide to enforce these rules when it suits our thought process, and we don't draw a line in the sand and say, because it's about morals. It's about being a man or being a woman, and if you're going to stand up for something, if you're in outrage about a black person getting killed by a cop, you should be outraged when a black person gets killed by a black person.
Well, see, here's my problem, and this is the problem that we have as a culture. The Black Lives Matter movement, the people who are pushing for these changes, there are two wars that they're dealing with. You're dealing with a war with everybody. You're dealing with everybody else outside of your group of people. So if you're saying Black Lives Matter, then that means that you're fighting for the cause for Black lives. So everyone who is against that cause, you're fighting with them. Okay. Then you're also having an internal war. And so the problem is that unfortunately, of course, we've heard this phrase many times before. A previous president, of course, it wasn't a black one, but a previous president has always said, "United we stand, divided we fall." That's very true, because when the black community can't get it together and can't group together and actually make a stand, we're going to fall. We're going to continue to fall. We're not going to make any movements, because if you sit back and think about it, the anti-Asian hate bill was passed. It wasn't don't lynch Asians, but you could do everything else. It wasn't don't shoot Asians, but you could do everything else. No, it was a whole thing. Anti-Asian hate. Anything that is hateful towards the Asian population, they have a bill for that. Now, people were talking about the anti-lynching and things like that. I'm against it. Real talk, the anti-lynching, no, it needs to be included in something that's broader.
Yeah.
We need to have the same thing that was placed in the anti-Asian hate bill, because it's a broader aspect. Anything that is hateful towards a black person, that needs to be included. That needs to be addressed, not just one thing. So unfortunately, we can't get it together because, of course, we keep giving them ammunition. We're giving them the ammunition to say, "Oh, well, you guys kill each other."
Exactly.
So you're talking about Black lives, but black people don't think. Not to they're trying to dismiss the fact that killing us is wrong. They're dismissing it because they're like, "Well, you guys are killing each other as well." So they're making it seem like it's okay.
That's their loophole.
Right. It's okay that police are killing you guys. It's okay that, people are civilians are killing you as well. It's okay that we're hateful to you or call the police on you for absolutely nothing, or just call you out of your name because you use that word. You're killing each other. So because of that, we're giving them ammunition. They see our struggle. It's not a secret. It is televised. They see our struggle. They see that there are internal problems. Sometimes they fuel those internal problems. They like it. They want us to fight amongst each other.
And sometimes we allow them to.
The worst thing in the world, and of course, this dates back at least until slavery, maybe even further back. But for our people, they're going to separate us. They do not want us to congregate together. They do not want us to be. That's why they separated families. That's why they separated tribes. That's why they did these things, because there's strength in numbers and they know this. So with that said, we going around killing each other, and this is a show our core is often hip hop. And we heard of this mythical meeting years ago. Probably did happen, but there's nothing on paper to say that this meeting happened amongst record executives and different members of the hip hop community came all together, and the executives, and they had prison executives, people who run prisons. They had all the money makers for that come together, and the agenda was to start promoting a certain lifestyle in hip hop. That's when hip hop took a turn, promoting the lifestyle of killing, drug dealing, pimping, taking drugs, drinking, spending your money on frivolous things. All of these things were promoted and made to look cool. And the claim was that this was all decided in a meeting. Why? Because they wanted the black community to fail. They wanted the Black community to view these things so they can participate in these things. These are cool. So I'm going to start doing it too. Then you're going to start feeling the presence. Because let's be real, slavery is not technically illegal. If you get arrested and you're in jail, and that's slavery. That's when it's legal. So all of these things, this is what the claim was. And the claim is believable because we've seen tactics taken to separate the Black community. I'm sorry, I was on my soapbox.
I mean, the sad thing is that we're easily divided, and it's easy to divide and to, you know, not saying that, you know, it has its value. We've seen, like you said, the government come in and circumvent groups that were on the positive and insert people to start stuff and to investigate and to try to disassemble from the inside. But until we as a people can learn that to make ourselves great, we don't have to put down our own people and don't have to try to tear them down or disregard whatever accomplishments that they've accomplished. You have that same ability. So there's no reason to hate. Take that energy that you're hating with and put it into putting it behind whatever you have you're passionate about so you can be great in. And unfortunately, we don't have encouragement in that aspect from, you know, some of the elders. That's why I try to volunteer with some of the groups, Boys and Girls Club and Boy Scouts, and try to help with the Girl Scouts with my nieces and stuff. Because if no one's teaching them this stuff and no one's instilling these values in them, we can't be mad at them if they don't have them when they get into their adult ages or doing some of the dumb things that they're doing. So it's us as a people that have to make a stand to make a change. Granted, yeah, the tables is tilted. Shit is fucked up. You know, we're a threat, perceived threat in any situation. Hands in the air, hands on the steering wheel. You tell them you got a weapon and it's legal to have it. You're still, you know, a target. But knowing that should be to your advantage, not your disadvantage, because knowledge is the key. So if you know you're a perceived threat, don't antagonize the situation. Don't start to arguing, cussing, and fussing before you know what's going on. Get the information, because when you're on the scene and you're against the cop, you're always going to be wrong no matter what, because the cop is always going to be looked at in the right. So, I've said this before and I say it again. I just had a partner that just went through some BS. Do not argue with these folks. Get their badge number. Take your ticket. Ask them what district they belong to. Call and file a charge against them if they mistreated you, treated you wrongly, harassment, profiling, whatever it was. File a grievance. It goes in their file. You have a little hearing, you go to it, plead your case. You might think it means nothing, but let's just say I had a situation where I had to file charges on a cop. And if I didn't, and he caught me in another situation that I was in after we went for our hearing, yeah, things would have probably been different. But because I did what I did, even though I was in the wrong, I was able to, you know, still be a free man, let's just say. So, I mean, it's just frustrating to see. We know the issue. We know it's some bad cops out there, but there's some good cops out there. But if you approach the same attitude with every cop of every situation you're in, then you're just as bad as they are, because you're profiling them the way they're profiling us. Sure. It makes you a hypocrite for the argument that you're trying to have. But you got to take a step back and realize that. And, you know, I've been talking to a lot of different people, you know, being in the profession I'm in now. Talk to a lot of different people in different walks of life, different age groups and everything. And it's just amazing, you know, the thought process of this younger generation. You know, they don't think past today. It's like a knee-jerk reaction, and whatever goes on, they don't take a step back and think about the situation before they act on it. And it's not just a younger generation. I know some folks my age still do that shit. But until we can hold ourselves accountable and figure out a way to circumvent all the bullshit we know that's out there, because it can be done. We've seen some folks that be able to use the system and learn how to navigate through it and become successful. Bitching and complaining, moaning, cussing and fussing, they're going to get it done. Sometimes you got to work within the system to beat the system. And we got to start using our brain that way. We got to start using our common sense that way. We all got smartphones in our pocket that we can Google and look up any and everything that we wanted to know about anything. And what you looking at? Twerk videos. Dumbass me.
That's what you be looking at.
No, I don't like twerk videos because I want to fuck the bitch just twerk. And she probably got a boyfriend. But
You know what?
You was going so.
she diverted me.
No, you ain't looking at. I see you looking at some twerk videos before.
Just because they got ass on the screen, I mean it's twerk video.
Oh,
It's just ass on the screen.
Oh, excuse me. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. My
It's
bad.
a difference.
Okay, my bad.
But yeah, it's just.
You was doing so good.
I'm just saying, because I mean, like, we all watch videos, we all watch different shit, but you can do what you choose to do with your life. And I've been going through a lot of shit lately. And 151, like I said, we talked a lot. I appreciate the moments of clarity you give me because I get in my head sometimes. But you can only control what you can control. And if you want to make a change, only you can make that change and make it happen. You can dwell in the situation and get pissed off about what's going on, or you can get to it and do what you can do to control the situation to make it better. And, you know, I did what I had to do. I hit my goal. I got a big, crazy situation going on in my life right now, but I made a move. I did what I had to do, and I'm able to, you know, move forward. You know, I might take a loss on some short shit, on some dumb shit, but, you know, I found a way to make it happen. And, you know, if I can do it and all the shit I was going through in my brain and the way I overthink things, anybody can do that shit.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't have the brotherhood or the mentorship.
Yeah, true.
To help pull them through stuff. One thing I always loved about, and I always gonna bring them up, is, you know, about GOP was, me and him had a real great brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was one of my biggest fans as far as, you know, if I was about to do something or start something. And when you have that type of energy, it just makes you go further, and it makes you help, and it helps out. I mean, to have people that believe in you. So a lot of them don't. That's why a lot of the youth are lost, because they don't have brotherhood and companionship and shit. They don't even got fatherhood. Like, they don't have nobody to teach them. A lot of them don't even know how to be a man.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and some of these dudes in their 30s running around still being little boys because no one in their life will step to them and be a man. And then when they're confronted by a real man, they don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's where they fuck up at, because they don't know that they fucking up because no one has told them, and they complain about it all the time. But then when someone tries to point out that, they get defensive and don't want to fucking listen. So
Well,
you got to be receptive. Yeah, but you got to be if you want to make change happen. I guess that's what I'm saying. You can't complain about shit being fucked up, but don't want to do anything to change it.
Yeah.
That's what I guess frustrates me the most, to hear folks complain and whine, and they have the power to change their life. They just, first of all, they don't, like I say, they don't think they can change their life because they're caught up in a cycle of bullshit. But they don't want to change it because they just want to sit there and whine and complain.
Yeah.
And they feel that's more, you know, productive than actually doing something about it. So
They're not looking for results.
yeah, they're just looking for pity or just looking to whine and complain, so they don't have to give any effort to do anything else, because they say, "Oh, I'm already." Because if you speak it into existence, you already defeated yourself. So I mean, like I said, I've been going through a lot of shit, and I've had a lot of folks, you know, like you said, I got people in my corner that's been encouraging me and helping me through. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. You know, like my mentor manager said, you know, I didn't do nothing to get you those sales and made you, the salesman that you were before you went to the rest spot. You did. So you got to figure out, you know, what you need to do to get back to that. And I had to do that, and I did it. You know, I was stuck on a certain number for like 2 weeks and in danger of not getting my check. And in the last 2 days of the month, I got 4 sales and made sure I got my check.
Amen.
Because I was, you know, focused. I worried about what I can control, and I stopped overthinking things and did what I was supposed to do. So it's just about focusing, stay focused, and, you know, don't let the outside obstacles and other BS in life, you know, sidetrack you from chasing your dream and chasing your goals, because that's what, you know, life is. It's just trying to distract you from doing what you want to do and doing what you have to do, and just got to stay focused, man. And that's one of the things I'm still working on. So, you know, nobody's perfect.
What people don't realize is that you could be one positive comment away from changing a person's life.
That's true.
You know, I'll say it again. You know, you could be one positive comment away from changing a person's life and perspective. That little push can set somebody in the right direction so fast. But the flip side is, you can be one negative comment away.
Amen.
from
Right
sending
there.
somebody down. You know,
Amen.
I always speak realness and speak truth. You know, when my brother was in school, his biggest goal, he was an exceptional football player. You know, he wanted to go to the NFL. He had a teacher. His teacher said, "Your chances of going to the NFL." My brother had good grades. He was in the top of the line classes. He told him, "Well, your chances of getting the NFL are 1 in a million. You shouldn't even waste your time doing it." So that teacher, really, that teacher should be jailed or should never be able to teach again. But that teacher set my brother on a path that would change his life for the next 20 years, going into the system. So when he said that, my brother gave up his dream because he didn't crush his dream. So he gave up his dream and started hitting the streets and started hustling.
Yeah.
You see, and just imagine if that comment would have went the other way.
Right, but you could have started with the 1 in a million. But if you work hard, aim for, you could still tell them it's 1 in a million, but you could you can still take that and motivate a kid.
I mean, with that situation, I don't understand why the coach said, because if he was doing well in school, then I don't understand.
He was a teacher.
I was a teacher, so because
Them
I
teachers
mean,
behave.
yeah, on one side of it, I tell some players that I talk to that's in high school, the chance of you making it to the pros is slim.
Yeah.
Because out of all the college players, only 12% actually make the NFL. So if they're not doing well in school, I let them know that, like, look, you're getting a scholarship, but make sure you hit the books because you want to have a backup plan just in case you
Right.
don't make the pros and you don't want to be ass out.
But you're still motivated to move forward and do
But here's the
something
thing.
positive.
Yeah,
Had he
true.
not shitted on his dream, he still could have. He could have encouraged him to went to college.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's
Yeah.
what
He
I'm
could have
saying. You could have
He
flipped it.
Yeah.
He could have. You know, you may not make the pros, but if you do, but you make it a free education at college.
Yeah, that's
Or
the
you may
way.
find
Yeah,
something like it's just a way to flip it.
yeah,
When
but
you
he
take
said it.
off-
Yeah, he
when
said
you-
it all.
When you
fucked
pull
up.
the
So you might as well give up. What?
if you
Yeah.
pull the chair out underneath the onion, if I hit the floor, you can't expect me not to be mad.
Yeah, he just said it the fucked up way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I shine a light on folks because, like I say, it's the reality of it. So make sure you take advantage of the situation. That's my message to any other young players going into college that I talk to. Just take advantage of the situation. I know you got the goals, the dream to make it to the pros, but if it doesn't, you want to have something to have in your back pocket just in case that dream doesn't come true.
So Johnny sent me one more song. We're gonna play one more song.
Oh, he said another one?
Yeah, I meant to tell you. He said he put in one more.
I think CT gonna make a baby of this.
Already.
I already feel that. You ain't lying. I got the perfect chick too.
First, no.
Damn, nigga, you ain't look at you.
I'm putting the
First,
hole.
wait, the
I'm
perfect
putting. Yeah,
chick.
I'm putting the hole in the rubber myself.
You know what? We need to talk off the air.
Somebody pass me.
Baby, let it go. Top down, let's go.
I can't mention it, but I already told you what I was talking about.
Baby, light it up. Baby, light it up. Baby, light it up. Baby, light it up. I just got back to town. Say you want it down. He makes mistakes sometimes. Girl, I want you.
I got a few of them.
Love
I
and
got one
feelings
right
never
here.
change. And I know that it's been a long time, but I'll never forget what you said. You told me that you want my babies. Well, that's the reason that I'm saving myself. Yeah. Let's go. Let's ride. Let's go. You know. Baby, light it up. Let's go. baby, light up.
Nah.
CP3 over there thinking about his fantasy woman right now. He about to send out some ladies, did you get a drunk text tonight? If you get a drunk text tonight from CP3,
I'll be playing this song all night, girl.
Oh, no.
That's another banger, man. That the Talented Family, bro. Definitely got to find a way to get them on.
yeah,
Maybe even sign them to a contract.
you know, CP3, I can see you sending some. God damn.
See what I'm saying? I'm over here risking my life for them. I don't know what she's gonna pull out next. She might pull out a M16 collapsible or
Don't do me
something.
like that.
Look what I got. And Mr. my folks Lamont said he appreciate the invite. He enjoyed himself. He's gonna tell everybody about the show, and he will be back to help support.
Yeah,
Thanks,
definitely.
Lamont. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Mr. Lamar.
Definitely.
He actually supplied the liquor for the show today.
The liquor and some beer
And
also.
some beer.
Boy,
And then he was trying to get some more. I was like, no, you good.
like, we good, you know, appreciate it, bro.
Y'all need some milk?
I was like, no, we good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sold the car to his daughter. Gonna be selling the car to him too. So yeah, good dude,
All right,
man.
Mr.
Yeah.
Lamont.
Oh yeah, good day,
Thank
good
you.
day. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, one thing is, you know, when and this is what I like about CP3. When you tell CP3 certain things, he listens. So
Oh hell
when he
yeah.
gets frustrated and then you get him to listen and he changes energy, he attracts the right people.
Yeah.
And that guy, great. First of all, just to pop in, and he stayed for a really long.
Yeah.
He even we were talking to Go Villain, he even chimed in on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, giving his wisdom, and he wasn't even afraid
To
to
the youth.
share to
Mhm.
somebody he don't even know.
Right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just funny how you meet certain people when you attract the right people in your life. And his mentality is really fucking phenomenal.
Right.
His energy is just, you know.
And you know what you said is true about CP3 and his temperament and demeanor and how it attracts certain people. Because when he wasn't,
Angry black man.
when he was when he was like angry black man, or no, like just in more recent times, CP3 wasn't on the higher frequency that he's on now. He attracted
Thoughts.
No, he attracted somebody. We didn't talk about it off air, but you attracted somebody who was just woo. And I was like, what is going on? Am I being punked? We'll talk about that later.
Ooh.
No, you was here. You attracted somebody that we did not, none of us vibed. You not attracted as romantically, but I mean like you're connected with somebody that we were all looking at you a little sideways. Me,
You talk about
me, 151, and Renegade looked at you like, bruh. We'll talk about that off the air.
Renegade. That means it's really recent. I gotta figure out how the hell you
Yes,
talking.
it was.
Oh, I know what that is.
I can tell, like that's what he said was true. When you are operating on a higher frequency,
Mhm.
you have this energy where you're bringing in, positive people. Your vibes are positive, and they're bringing in positive vibes. But when you're on a slightly lower frequency, you draw in strange situations.
Yeah, that's the balance I talk about with me being the man I'm trying to be now in my past. Some folks say, you should try to, you shouldn't change who you are, but when I go through my trying to find my balance, sometimes I creep a little bit too much into my past, and then that's when those past tendencies start to creep into my life.
I'll tell you like
Now, this I don't think this is what you talk. I'm not even talking about romantically.
Nah.
So this is not what you thinking.
So one thing I'll tell you this.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
CP3, one of the things, and we'll talk about this off air, but one of the things is what did I tell? If I'm drowning, how I'm gonna tell you to swim? And you had a situation where this motherfucker was drowning. But yeah, he was trying to tell you how to swim to get.
Yeah. And y'all, and it was trying to befriend you,
and you were helping a person who was literally knee deep in neck deep in water.
No.
They wasn't even on this planet.
Oh no, I mean some people I just let them talk their shit. I mean some people just need some
Yeah,
people
you
to
did,
listen to.
you did, but however,
Yeah.
No, but we talking about like personalized, like you were trying to help somebody, and I get what you were doing, but at the same time, that wasn't to do to help.
Oh.
you can't. What I tell?
Well,
I told Go
everybody
Villain. Shout out
needs
to
everybody
Mr.
needs
Villain,
help.
Go Villain. We talked to him before the show.
Everybody needs help in some aspect because people say they don't need help and don't give the effort. But if you like you say that one word or that one phrase might give them perspective, might be the hit at that time.
true.
So that's why I always take the time because if they didn't take the time, certain people because I was fucked. I was fucked up and people still took the time.
You can't save them all.
I know. I don't try to.
But at the same time, though, when you trying to balance yourself and you trying to pull somebody and you trying to balance, you want that like that.
They
little
have to
freestyle
have
thing.
some effort to get themselves upright too, so that y'all can work as a team.
Yeah. And if I don't see the effort, then I stop talking.
I hope that's what is going on now because we gonna talk out off the air because I kind of want to follow up on that picture. Okay, because I wanted to follow up on that to make sure that. Whew,
No, you talking about? I know you're talking about the dude. Oh, no, he's straight. He's straight. Like I say, that aspect was just what it was. But in the other aspect, he.
But I was talking about your vibes, your energy levels.
Oh no, I mean he looked out for me, so I was like, come on through, boom, boom, boom. But that's just who I am. If you look out for me, I, whatever. I listen to your bullshit.
Well, I'm talking about the people that flock to you based off of your energy. You can tell what energy, what level you were on. Based off of who flocks to you or who assists you and tries to befriend you. So that you can look at that as a gift too, because
people relate. I mean, people relate to me. People connect to me. All different walks of life. So that's why I say I just listen. Bring them around, try to encourage them. Let them know if I think they crazy or whatever. Just let them get it off their chest. Boom. I ain't gonna judge you. Some of the stuff that I say, people think is crazy. I believe it. I got my thoughts behind it and what I believe. So I mean, that's why I just be like, fuck it, man. It's just like with religion. Everybody has their claim on what they think it is. I just, everybody believes what they believe. Whatever helps you be a better person and helps you be live a good life, man. Do it. Fuck it. As long as it ain't hurting nobody.
So CB3, you done had some Douce, you had some scotch, you was sitting beds. So the audience wants to know. Are you spending $40?
Can't afford to, baby. I ain't get my check in. I gotta go straight home.
$40. It's gonna be an hour.
Wait a minute.
I'll be back Friday.
I thought you wanted your rant today. Your Walmart rant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with Walmart? What happened?
All right, hold on. I definitely gonna take a break.
Cause I want to discuss a video that I sent y'all to.
All right. If anyone is thinking about getting,
we're never gonna get sponsored by Walmart.
Never. No, we were never going to do it anyway with the bullshit they put some of my family members through. Fuck Walmart.
Not just your family members. I've seen stuff.
If you are thinking about getting a Walmart Green Dot card, prepaid, don't do it. Because these punks, some of them are bitches, then took my money hostage on some bullshit and keep talking in circles. Talking about fraud on my direct deposits. Direct deposits that I've been receiving for the last 10 months from the same job on a weekly basis. And all of a sudden now, they're trying to talk about it was flagged for fraud. Then when I sent them what they asked me to send them, a picture of my ID, front and back, a picture of me holding my ID, and a picture of my debit card, they tell me that's not valid.
Wow.
Can't tell me why it's not valid. I said transfer me to the investigation department. Oh, we're not previews to that department. So you trying to tell me you holding my money, can't tell me why, and when I ask you, how can I get my money back, you tell me to get my payroll person to call, and they'll know what to do, and we'll get it all figured out. So yeah, I follow the system and get my payroll person to call. We're on the phone for an hour and a fucking half, and we're getting the same fucking runaround. They actually asked my payroll person to send them every single direct deposit they've sent me since I started working there.
Oh, that's nice. So all your pay stuff.
All my pay stubs. Then they said that the pay stubs that got so-called flagged were from the 23rd and the 30th of June. So they said after they go through all of the, after we have to physically mail them because we can't email or fax them,
my God.
after we physically mail them, and it takes 5 to 7 business days to
Yes,
get to
true.
California,
Uh-huh.
and then in 3 to 5 business days, after they review the direct deposit that they sent me, that I sent them, they will release the 2 deposits that drew the flag. And we asked them, so what about the rest of the money in my account? Because those 2 deposits are going to add up to what's in my account. They tell me some bullshit about this policy that they send the funds to the state because it could be possible fraud. Now I go through my user agreement.
No, that's not true.
I know, because I went through the user agreement and said nothing about that bullshit. But they have an arbitration process, which I will be filing for on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I found out when I called my sister, who has a lot of connection with lawyers, that they got her a couple of years ago for about $1,500 on some dumb shit she was doing. You know, some stuff maybe she shouldn't have been doing allegedly on the card. So she really didn't fight it. But everything on my card is legit, and this is my hard-earned money. Everything that I have to my name right now is in that account. And these motherfuckers are holding it hostage. If I talk to one more call center representative that tells me sorry for the inconvenience, I'm going to find out where y'all fucking building is in Dubai or Bombay or wherever the fuck y'all are. And we're going to have a situation and we're going to have a talk. But right now, I'm reaching out to all of my, sources that I have legally. I might even reach out to 7 on your side on this shit. For real.
Okay.
Because apparently there's been a trend with this company. So if you're thinking about getting a prepaid card, if you're on hard luck, because that's why I had to get it after I filed bankruptcy. Couldn't get a bank account, so I opened up this thing thinking everything was good. It's been 4 years. I've had no issues, and all of a sudden they hit me with this bullshit. So if you're thinking of getting one, don't do it. Fuck Walmart. Fuck Green Dot. And if y'all going to sponsor us, fuck you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm out.
All right.
Anything else you want to say real quick?
Hell to the Washington football team.
That's all the F-bombs.
Yeah, they know positive.
He said, he thinking about
Life
more?
is good. Life is good.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Life is good. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Every day is a day to be better.
So I'm hoping that my lovely co-host saw the things that I sent them in reference to Lil Nas X.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch the video. I'm afraid to even
Lil
open it
Nas
up.
X. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. He is actually a talented young man. But then you got all this other stuff that surrounds him, controversy. Oh, did you watch it?
Where did you send it at?
I think I sent it on your
You send it to IG. I'm looking at some of it right now. And there's
Lil Nas X. I think I.
oh
What
no, bro, don't do it. Don't
Is it the
do it.
one when the
Jail shit.
Jail and
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
in pink.
yeah.
No, but if you look on that post, you can swipe it and you can.
Yeah,
kinda
I
look
don't.
at
I
it.
was that.
No,
That's.
no.
I'm
It's
good.
not just that.
That
clean,
first
but
that first scene was enough. The fact that he's walking down the prison walkway with a dude with a half cut off shirt. Then they swing to the shower scene and they're dancing with no clothes on. They had it blurred out. That's that.
So
I just don't need to see that.
okay, for those who don't know, Lil Nas X dropped a new video. We all know that he has had a lot of controversy, especially from that one video where he was
Lap dancing with
lap
devil.
dancing. And matter of fact, he took a stripper pole to hell and then performed for the devil and gave him a lap dance. It was kind of weird. And I'm not saying that because
And then he had the satanic Nikes.
right. He had the Nikes with the blood in it. He's had a lot of controversy. And it's not necessarily just because of his, lifestyle as far as him being homosexual. It's not necessarily all because of that. Some of it is looked at as demonic, and really what he's doing, he was trying to troll the religious, I I guess, leaders that were lashing out against him. You know, first he really came to fame with his Old Town Road song, which got on my nerves. The little kids had that as their graduation song. What was that, 2019?
Yeah.
It was like everywhere. And then he had Billy Ray Cyrus, which was really cool. The concept was cool. The song just got on my nerves. So a lot of kids were fans of his. And so think about this: the kids are his fans, right? And he comes out as gay. So a lot of people, you know, we're still okay with him in general. A lot of, like I said, the religious leaders say you're going to hell. You know, that's the devil and blah blah blah. So of course he took that and decided he wanted to troll them. Okay. In that process, that's where we got that one video where he was taking a stripper pole down to hell and like dancing with the devil. So problem is that a lot of kids were his fans, and then the parents didn't really quite get the heads up from him to let them know, hey, I'm about to start releasing some stuff that your kids probably shouldn't watch. I've had family members whose kids saw that video and was like, wait, what? You know?
I mean, the crazy thing about that is that his defense is like, oh, well, I let my niece watch it and she thought it was fine, and this, and she was young. And
well, he has a new defense.
What's the new defense? Based
off of this new video, some people had said some things, and one of his responses was, can I just be a slut in peace? And shout out to your 2-year-old though, you know, thanks for being a fan. Because a guy was like, you know, my 2-year-old watches, you know, as far as like him,
yeah,
you know, he doesn't understand that there may possibly be a social responsibility.
He doesn't. He wants to be a victim. So one is taken like this. Let's break down the name. Lil Nas. Okay. The name Nas itself comes from the Quran, and so it's sacred for two people for two reasons for most of us. One, Nas is a great rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Who embodied hip.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was on Nas's album when he says, I know somebody named Nisa. He's like, you know, Nas, man, Nisa, woman. Mm-hmm. And that's what, you know, he broke down those names. Yeah. So when you take a name like that and then do these type of actions, you're not only spinning the face of hip hop, you spin the face of religion. Mm-hmm. But then you can't spin the face of religion and then don't think they'll come for you.
Mm-hmm.
So some of these things you do to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he likes being a troll. But the thing about it is, though, everybody likes being a troll until somebody hits you so hard that you like, well, what I do?
And that's kind of where he is. You know, like he's like, well, you know, this and this, that. He does things for shock value.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and we take it back to Tekashi 6ix9ine, who just performed, unfortunately, Manassas last week.
Perform what?
He got music.
Snitches get stitches.
But
and wind up in ditches.
It was cool for him to be a troll until he got kidnapped.
They kidnapped his little ass?
Right before everybody got locked up, he was when he was telling people, man, I tell people to suck my dick, ain't nobody gonna touch me, ain't nobody gonna do this. You know who touched him? His own security. His own people. And then he ratted on. But the thing about that is it was cool until he got touched. And then when he got touched, you know, the only reason he's sticking his chest out now is because the niggas that touched him is in jail.
Mm-hmm. But he still pretends like he's not gonna get touched. And I'm like, bro, somebody's gonna come for you.
He gonna get touched again.
But that get hard.
But that's kind of what Lil Nas. They think it's cute to be trolled. But keep in mind, there's some people you control that don't do nothing. Obviously, y'all never read the 48 Laws of Power. Obviously, y'all have no true meaning. When y'all think Machiavelli, y'all think Tupac, and really you should be thinking the book called The Prince. And it tells you, you know, it describes certain people, and 48 Laws of Power will describe. There are certain people that you troll them too hard, you control them and you can cheat them out of $1 million. They can have 100 million. They will spend 80 of that 100 million just to punish you
Yeah.
off of GP.
Yeah.
And when you're trolling these people, there are people gonna come for you.
Yeah.
And when you keep poking, I keep telling, don't poke the bear if you ain't ready for it.
But see, one thing with Lil Nas X, the people that he tries to troll are considered peaceful people, so they're not gonna come at him like Tekashi 6ix9ine. But he does things for shock value, and I feel like he needs to be careful because now it's gonna be like a gimmick. I mean, he's a talented individual, but that's not, now he's at the point where that's not what you're gonna be known for.
But the thing about it is, like what the baby's going through right now, what Tory Lanez went through. Like, they can love you right now. They
And
can
then
hate you tomorrow.
Yep. Really quickly. Especially when you keep trying to make your social media presence so strong, that means everything you do is going to be dissected. Everything that you do is said. Now, I will say, in the LGBTQ community, a lot of people are praising him because he's standing up for himself and blah blah blah. And,
So-
representation. I
So
get
trolling,
that.
but trolling religion ain't standing up for yourself.
I mean, to the LGBTQ community, sometimes it is.
But if I troll them, I'd be considered something totally different.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. That's why they say that. So, I first of all, when it comes to the standards as far as the LGBTQ community, I feel like there are times where it is a double standard, and I don't agree with that at all. You can live your life how you choose, but I feel like that community tends to impose on others when they don't want to be imposed on themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like that. However, with Lil Nas X, my concern is with him as an artist. You have talent. Like, when you look at this video or not look at the video, it's because of the content. You don't hear anything about the song.
I didn't even make it to the song. When you said that to me, I think I deleted it. That's why I can't find it. I would know. Quit.
And then, like,
And I think it's a song with Jack Harlow, who's a dope rapper as well.
yeah, well, he was in that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
was.
didn't even make it.
A lot of people were talking about his part was really good. So it kind of messed him up too, because if you have a really good, like we were talking about, Go Villain.
Yes.
If you have a really good verse on a song that has all this other negativity around it, where does that leave you?
Yeah.
As the guest on this track.
It leaves you in the midst of that shit pile.
But the song is really, if you listen to the song,
Can't.
that's my thing. If you just listen, not watch the video, excuse me. If you listen, not just watch the video, you'll be like, okay, well, the beat is good, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of people can't get to that point. And so that's what I'm saying. As an artist, it's going to hurt you. When you think of Old Town Road, that crossed boundaries.
It did.
That crossed so many boundaries.
I thought the video should have been more simple, and they this is my personal belief.
Well, he's extra in all of his videos, obviously, as
Yeah.
we see. So Old Town Road, we might have thought it was a little, extra, but apparently it wasn't extra enough. Because, like I said, I feel like he's a great artist. First of all, as an artist, we don't have to know who you're sleeping with.
You shouldn't care.
But that's my thing. We don't have to. That's not information you have to share, and then that's not something that you have to share all the time. For heterosexual artists, you don't always hear them rapping about their sex life. Do you not have anything else to talk about?
Unless you're CP3.
But he did have another. He had another album that I thought was really good. He was in a white suit. I can't remember. That was in between these two really shocking ones. But I feel like he's a creative. He's very creative. And you can see that in his albums as well. I mean, his videos as well, but it's just when he's doing that shock value thing,
It's not good.
it might be a little too much, and you got to be careful with stuff like that because you can hurt your career. So I'm concerned about him. I mean, the boy. First of all, the boy lost anyway. We already knew that.
Yeah.
But and I know I'm not saying that because he's homosexual. The boy is lost in general because you care too much about what other people think of you to the point
I mean,
where you're lashing out.
I mean, I honestly, I view him the same way as I view like Takashi 69. There, no, I don't even.
Yeah. And that's sad that he has come to that point because he has more talent.
He has way more time.
Than Takashi 69.
Old Town Road, like was a dope song.
Yeah.
And like
I mean,
I can't even remember none of Takashi songs. To be honest with you, 'cause you have me
But
weird ass names.
Takashi could never get to the status that Old Town Road got to. Takashi could never.
His songs have done some quite numbers. His videos have done numbers.
But not Old Town
But
Road.
Old Town Road was literally everywhere.
That crossed so many
but yeah.
barriers. Yes. Yeah. Takashi can't do that.
Yeah.
And so I can't even, get past that. I'm trying to find out the name of that song. That
When you look for that,
Sun Goes Down. That was dropped. Exactly. Because he has so much negativity around himself and all these battles and wars and how he's trying to troll people even within his videos. But Sun Goes Down, that was released in May. It was it was, to me, I felt like it was a very short video. The video was 2 minutes and 53 seconds versus them other
epic videos.
yeah, it's a whole minute longer. It's like the one video you should have made longer, you know, I don't know. But I just pray this man.
My phone just dropped. It's like it jumped.
And it says, so 4 hours ago, Lil Nas X celebrates his first YouTube video with 1 million dislikes. Come on now. You got people trying to get the likes.
Here's the thing about that. So when we're trolling, he's saying he's living under the model. There's no such thing as bad rights. However, this culture has a 5 minute, like when they will turn your back on you, they will turn their back on you real quick. A lot of people that was hot 2 years ago, we don't even talk about now. There's a lot of people that was hot 5 years ago, we don't talk about now. Shit. You lucky to be in this game for 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
If you make it, if you make it that 3 hours in 10 years, nigga, you's a super OG.
And so the name of the new song is Industry Baby. And the one where he was pole dancing down to hell was Montero, Call Me By Your Name. And then the one that seemed really, I guess you would say, vanilla was Sun Goes Down. And that was shorter than either of the other two.
Oh, so let me
Oh no, it was Montero, Call Me By Your Name was shorter. I thought that one was too long.
That's just a little crazy. So let me tell you what happened this weekend. I went to the DMV Envy Fest. So that call started with I was laying in bed trying to get some sleep because Renegade decided to bring me my camera at 2:00 in the morning.
Nice.
So trying to go back to sleep, So by the time I go back to sleep, I wake up, my man George calls me, what time you getting here? I don't know. Oh, I need you down here at 1:00. I need you to work the door. Show starts at 2.
Of course.
So, gotta get dressed, go down there. We got Club Combos, we have the train arts boys there, so it's a decent size. Like, we're outside.
Okay.
Shout out to Eric, who's I'm gonna post their pics later, but they got some new merchandise. Actually, we was having an all white party afterwards. So I went to I was talking to a South Maricusa, and his he had these newer shirts with this lion on. I thought it was dope, and so I was like, oh. So I got a color one, but then I saw an all white one. I said, well, if I'm going to a party, let me get that one. And I got an Eric Musa hat, but I got to trade that in because for some reason I thought my head was small, and it's definitely not. It's definitely not. That shit gave me a headache. Felt like a nigga was squeezing my brain. So we did that, and then afterwards we go villain perform.
Okay.
Warfare J, we interviewed
Just her birthday.
he performed. Some other people.
Her birthday the other day. My fault. There's a Facebook friend, Redskin fan, well, Washington football team fan. It was just her birthday the other day, and I was scrolling on my timeline looking at the video, and just said she passed away. Don't say from what, but she was. We had a couple of conversations about football before. That's crazy. Wow.
That happened. This guy I went to school with back in the day. Passed away this morning.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, what? Where did that happen?
Shit is crazy.
I
Man.
just killed my story.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. Like I said, I was just checking my feed and scrolled and saw that. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, the Indie Fest was good. A lot of good indie artists there. And then we did the white party. Trying to leave the George Helmy hostage all night. But it was some nice looking ladies in all white. I was 63.
I mean,
He possibly could have met his future ex-wife.
But I
I
thought
was
you
trying-
was going. You
I
had your
had to.
outfit planned.
No, I was trying to. I had to go
Nah,
get
we
an
had a
outfit, and I had a
situation
situation with my financial
Oh,
with the Walmart.
But I
Yeah.
thought you already had it, so yeah.
No, I had some white and black stuff. I ain't had nothing that was all white.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to go. I was tired. I was gonna be ready to celebrate too. I got my sales. I was like, yeah. And I was like, can't even go. I ain't got no all white. I was gonna kill him though.
Kill him with the all white?
I was gonna kill him with the all.
I think it's gonna be other times and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen, dog. I'm about to really fuck him up. Man.
So we're gonna get CP3 in this, and then when these nice functions, and then
Right, when you can meet nice women.
Yeah, I need that in my
I don't know.
life.
There might be some supporters.
Oh, I definitely was.
But at
I
least
know
they
it
can
was.
be nice and got their own money. You know.
Yeah, I believe it's August already.
Yes.
Yes.
Shit is crazy, dog. Going on almost a year working at the dealership.
Yeah.
Wow, time go by fast, bro.
So we was me and CP3 was outside earlier today, and we was just showing. So when these people whine about there's no opportunity, there's no jobs, this. Like, we literally watched a nigga with one of those scooters that you rent, and he had the backpack on, and he was delivering Uber Eats.
I know that's right. Yes.
And then I was like, see, when people say that there's no jobs, CP3 said, nah, they just don't have no hustle.
There you go. There you go. CP3 said that.
He did.
He be dropping gems sometimes.
He dropped the gem on him.
Drop them knowledge sometimes.
He said it.
Boy, be acting
And he,
like
he said it in the serious voice,
Yeah.
too.
they just ain't got no.
This ain't got no hustle, man. You gotta get out here and hustle, baby. It ain't gonna fall in your lap. You gotta go out here and work for it. Folks just think it's gonna fall in their lap, man.
Holler.
I'm serious. It's not a game, you know. I
It
was
ain't
just
a
thinking
game.
back to some of my folks. You know, I've been going through a whole bunch of shit. They always look at me and say, no matter what, you find a way to make it happen because you out here hustling. You're not sitting on your ass just, wallowing in it. You out here trying to make something happen. And, they encourage me to, keep doing that. They say, it's going to come eventually. But you got to put the work in. Ain't nobody going to give you shit. You talk about how the country all fucked up and racism and this and that. So why you think just by sitting on your ass, somebody going to give you something?
Let me tell you what's funny though. Some of the hardest working people I know are former street pharmacists.
Cause you got to know how to hustle. It's not a game. It's not just about hustling pharmaceuticals. It's about the hustle and the grind of being out there and you trying to get whatever dollar you can get doing what you got to do to make that dollar.
Well,
And
notice I said former.
yeah, former, yeah, allegedly, former, but And I forgot. I saw a quote. I don't know if it's true. But it's like, most of the, you know, guys that used to sell drugs are some of the best businessmen in the world because
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know the business.
exactly, what you got to supply and demand. You got to hustle. You got to be the first one out there on the block. I mean, first one out there. Hitting the streets and everything, trying to make things happen. So I mean, you gotta have a hustle. You gotta have a want. If you want to make it happen, you are the determining factor in your future.
Well, that's also why some of the big time guys, they open other businesses too, and those other businesses quite often
Finance
are
and everything.
yeah, well, not even finance and everything. They're successful standalone businesses. Like you don't have to. They don't even have to do what they used to do because they doing what they do.
Yeah, it's about diversifying your portfolio. I joke about that all the time, but that's what it is. When you can make your money make money for you, that's when you're wealthy. That's when you've made it. When you out here grinding for it and having to worry about paying monthly car notes and stuff like that, you ain't made it.
Did you watch that Columbus Short movie? That was out some years ago.
True to the Game?
Yeah. Did you
Really
see
good,
that?
really good.
Man, that movie. I just wanted him to win.
I did too.
Man, that's all I thought about him. He a good dude, man. You said you haven't seen
Yeah,
it?
what it's on Netflix or something?
Probably.
Amazon Prime, probably Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch it.
Tubi. It's on Tubi.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I don't know. He might go back into his old habits.
Oh.
Yeah, I would, but I was just debating if I ain't get my number. I was like, I
If
might
you
be
watch
robbing
it,
niggas this
watch
weekend.
it until the end.
Mm.
Okay. Don't. I'm telling you this because yeah.
I ain't
need
got
you
none.
to
I ain't
watch
got
it
Netflix.
until
I ain't got Amazon Prime. I ain't got none of that stuff.
Oh
so.
my god.
I
But
got
don't
cable.
you have one of them sites that you can watch stuff on for the low? I'm gonna just say the low.
I don't know. I see. I got folks that got Netflix. I get their password.
There you go.
But yeah. I mean, it's just about the grind. And yeah, back in the day, I did some things. I was, hustling, trying to make money, having money coming in from different avenues, and that's what you got to do. You got to diversify your portfolio. If you got a skill, a trade, or something that you like doing, go ahead and jump out there, start doing it, see if you can make some money off of your talent or your passion. And once you do that, you can start. You never know where you can go.
Wait. So I was gonna Google it, right, to tell him where to go. Why I see that they got a came
Yeah.
out in 2020.
It did, but I never got to see it because I was trying to
I don't know nothing about the second one.
go to the first one.
But I was trying to see where you can watch it.
I know he's on Tubi. You got Fire Stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Tubi free.
Yeah, Tubi free.
You might have to watch it with commercials, but it's free.
But they keep all the cuss words and sex scenes in. You don't mind.
Oh, it says it's not on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's on Tubi and Amazon.
What's the name of it again?
True to the Game.
Oh.
Oh, he got a bald head too. You can relate.
They be smacking asses.
You know what?
And the main girl who plays Gina, she real cute.
Yeah, right.
Oops.
She'll get it. Erica Peoples.
So, this one. This one is down.
All I was trying to do is show him the day going, and then they supposed to have another 3 to come out this year. Oh my goodness! Let me just put my phone down. I'm finding out too much.
So, CPT, what you got going on tomorrow, man?
Tomorrow night, as always, we're bringing you the best sports coverage around. Going to talk about the new revamped Nats with the players that we all don't know right now. We'll talk a little Washington football team. We'll break down the Wizards trade and draft picks. I know Robbie and the NBA Roundtable can't wait to talk about that. Who else? Who knows what else we might talk about? We got a little bit of Capitals news. Oh, I forgot to mention that earlier. Alex Ovechkin signed a 5-year. Was it? Move my paper. Shit. I think it was a 5-year, $50 million deal, which is about what we thought. He's gonna. Yeah, he's going to retire at Capital.
This is Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah, he said he wanted to do it 5 years because he's still chasing Gretzky's record And the record, I believe, what is it, 842 goals. I believe Ovi is in the 700 low, excuse me, low 700s, and he's
And there
you
are
know.
people that are saying, "Oh, he can't do it. He can't do
Well,
it."
it's harder now with the 2 COVID seasons that was shortened, and it's a regular 82 game season. If we'd have had those, he was on pace to possibly break the record or at least tie him. Now with the 5 year contract, he said that's definitely something that he's eyeing to be the all-time goal. He's already the all-time Russian-born goal leader ever in the NHL, but he wants to be the all-time goal leader.
Period.
Period. I mean, he deserves it. I mean, he has 1 cup. Hopefully, we can get another one. Capitals are going through a slight rebuild right now after their championship run. They try to put a band-aid on a broken leg, but they're making some wholesale changes now with the expansion draft. Seattle actually drafted Double V Vanacek. I can't remember his first name. I can't even try to pronounce it.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, I'm not even going to do that. Last name Vanacek. But they actually traded after the Seattle drafted him in the expansion draft. The Capitals traded Brendan Dillon, I think it is, to Winnipeg for 2 second-round picks. And one of those second-round picks, I believe it was 2022 and 2023. With the 2023 draft pick, they traded that to Seattle to reacquire Double V. So I didn't like the fact that he had got picked up. They didn't protect him. They protected Samsonov, which I really wasn't a fan of because I'm not really sold on him. I like what Double V did coming in as a rookie, filling in for Samsonov when he was out and with Lundqvist having a heart issue. I'm not sure if Lundqvist will be back to the team. We'll definitely discuss that tomorrow also. We'll probably talk a little bit of baseball, hockey, basketball, and football, and who knows what else. Probably, definitely talk Olympics. I know Robbie will be covering the Olympics. He's a diehard Olympics guy. I'm not so much, but we'll definitely cover that all.
Going on with
Yeah, with the Olympics and now it's starting to get a busy time for sports. So we got you covered on all facets and all fronts. Make sure you go check out the website, sportsothp.com, with all of our content, all of our podcast partners. Click on that link. You'll see all of the affiliates of the show and the shows that they do. You can go click on the apparel website to go get some of our apparel that we have on there: pillows, t-shirts, sweatshirts, iPhone covers, duffel bags, beach bags. We got it all covered. Help support the movement for Washington DC sports coverage. And you can hit me up if you want the Sports OTHP apparel sponsored by Eric Kluser. I got some things I'm trying to get in the works, but as I mentioned, the financial situation, I can't get things on my good looks like I used to back in the old days. But it wasn't funny.
That wasn't
real.
the
See? Where's the love, man? I'm getting no love. But just be on the lookout. Got a lot of things in the works. Hopefully, get some things. Got a lot of tough decisions to make coming up on some things going for the show and in my life. So stay on the lookout. DC Sports by the Politics. It's not just a game. It's fucked up my own catchphrase.
I was like, wait, what?
Man, I've been mixing liquors. I done fucked up my own catchphrase. It is not funny. DC Sports by the Politics. It's not just a catchphrase. It's not just a motto. It's what we do, people. And we out.
Okay.
Yeah, been drinking a
Did
little bit too
you
much
hear
tonight.
this 151? He messed up
Messed up my
Who
own
made him
catchphrase.
mix the liquor this week?
him.
Hey man, I ain't blaming
So,
Well,
nobody.
nobody but you.
I am not to blame.
I ain't
Now you're
blaming
not
nobody. I
blaming.
just said I've been drinking too
No,
much.
you always blame us.
I didn't just
You
now.
blamed me today, and you the one that drank up the deuce.
Hey, look, it's your fault.
But see,
Mm-hmm.
but you just said you don't blame people.
Hey, I ain't blaming nobody recently. The last 2 seconds.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Well, I ain't to blame.
Mm-hmm.
Bless your heart.
Oh man. Real quick, Lady Antoinette, I just want to get your thoughts on it. So the baby has been taken off Lollapalooza because of his comments at controversy comments going Rolling Loud.
Mm-hmm.
So what did he say?
Let's just say they say some of the comments were slightly homophobic.
Oh Lord.
And it was in reference. They're saying it was in reference to the Lil Nas X video.
Here's the thing. From my perspective, people say things often that we don't agree. Okay. And if they're not attacking me personally, you know, and when I say attack, I'm not saying just hurting my feelings. Then let it go. We're in the age where you got two issues. You have people feeling attacked when they just hurt your little feelings. Okay, that's not an attack. If they say something that you disagree with that may hurt your feelings, but they're not actually attacking you, chill out. Number two, we do have people that feel like they can attack. We do have people that can say whatever they want to say, and they can go after people and feel like there is no repercussion whatsoever. Problem is that people don't know what they did. I feel like anything that the baby will say out of his mouth that is not praising Lil Nas X is gonna be looked at as an attack, and that's not right. Since when does one rapper say something negative about another rapper and you get pulled from a show? Has that ever happened?
There's rappers saying negative against the rappers.
You have rappers shooting at each other, trying to kill each other. They still get shows.
They still get booked even on the same show.
We, as one said, award show that got canceled in a sense because of that. Thank you. So since when we had Biggie and Tupac both lose their lives because of beef, people still did not pull rappers from a show because they had beef with somebody.
My thing is, there's a rapper named Saigon, and he was beefing with Mobb Deep. Well, his boy was beefing with Mobb Deep, and he showed up to a show that he was booked on with Mobb Deep.
Mm-hmm.
He beat the shit out of that dude.
And so, even when there is physical violence threatening each other, people were not pulling rappers off of shows. Explain to me. Explain to me how this happened. Because I'm not a fan of the debate. I could care less if you pull him from the show. But don't tell me that he hurt another rapper's feelings and you pulling him from a show.
Hurt another rapper who trolls other people
on a daily basis. I am not, and I just sat here and I said Lil Nas X is a talented young man, so I'm not against him. By all means, I'm not against him. And I'm not agreeing with anything the baby said. I feel like if you're going to pull him for something real. There are times where rappers should have been pulled.
Yeah.
Because of the safety of everybody that was there. We had these rappers in Texas getting shot and killed not that long ago. Because we were on this show talking about it.
Yes.
Ain't nobody get pulled from those shows. But the baby hurts Lil Nas X feelings. He said something negative about him. I didn't hear anything about any threats of violence going back and forth between the two of them. I didn't hear anything about that. I could be wrong. However, unless that happened, I don't feel like they should have pulled the baby.
He's on lost a couple endorsements and everything.
Rappers get into it with each other every day.
Cancel culture is ridiculous.
Just like what CP3 was saying earlier. You standing up for the wrong stuff. Cancel culture? No, you need to be canceling people for other things. Because what's his name? What is it? Was it Lil Boosie? Yeah, Lil Boosie he say stuff out his mouth all the time. He even got shot in regards to, wasn't it him that got shot? Yeah,
got shot.
they
He
got
was
shot
shot.
in regards to all of the rappers and everything, getting shot in Texas. You know, his boy was killed. Lil Boosie don't get pulled from nothing. People talk about him all the time. The fans threatened to cancel him over things numerous times. He talked about Dwayne Wade's baby.
Yeah.
So I'm confused why Lil Boosie don't get pulled, but the baby got pulled. I'm confused. I'm at a loss for words.
True indeed. True indeed.
Because that even still, Lil Boosie can be looked at as homophobic as well.
Yeah.
But Lil Boosie still doing his thing.
He did get checked by Mike Tyson though.
I mean, he got checked by Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson ain't pull him off of his show.
That's true.
Mike Tyson still had that man on his show and said what he needed to say to
Say
him.
that.
But nobody is pulling Lil
Lil
Boosie.
Boosie and canceling this out. I feel you. That's true.
So I'm confused as to what the attack on the baby is because y'all standing up for the wrong. Lil Nas X is a grown man. Lil Boosie said some homophobic things in regards to a child.
Yeah.
So what you mad about? I'm confused.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with the baby getting pulled. Cardi and what's her face? Lil Kim was fighting at a classy event. Remember that? Nikki, yeah, I said Kim. Lord Jesus, I got Kim on mind because I prefer Kim over Nikki. But they got to fighting at a real classy event. Neither one of them was getting pulled from that.
Physically fighting.
Yes, Cardi had a big old knot in her head. You don't remember that?
All that bullshit.
You ain't even got to follow it. That was shown.
Yeah,
That was well populated.
I don't.
You probably was in Facebook jail that month.
Yeah, it's possible.
So, oh yeah, rest in peace, Big Monkey. We got it.
Yes. Oh, that's a legend right there.
Phenomenal legend.
Yes, he's a legend.
Rest in peace, Big Monkey. And before we end this, I gotta say this. When I was in Miami, we got an alert saying there were new charges against R. Kelly. And these are coming from boys. Like 2 different boys. CB's and shaking his head. However, the one thing I think we tend to forget, and I'm not even because I'm not going to defend R. Kelly. Keep in mind, R. Kelly is also a victim of sexual molestation.
Yes, when he was 6 years old.
Was it the sister?
He was his sister. She was roughly 16. He was 6. Him and his brother.
And so, is it even surprising?
For me, his past sexual situation from when he was a child, that traumatic encounter that he had, would indicate to some people that he would engage in heterosexual, relationships, whether they're appropriate or not. However, R. Kelly is a damaged person. And
Right.
suffers a lot of trauma. And he's in the music industry. It is not a secret that the music industry has a lot of it has a strong homophobic tone to it. But you have these underground situations, these down low situations where you hear of music execs coming onto straight men.
Well, it's not even his music. I mean, even in the movie,
Well, music and movie execs are both they're prying on rising artists.
Yes, definitely.
And attempting to solicit sex from people in a very inappropriate way, male, female, whatever. With that said, R. Kelly, when you're in a culture like that, R. Kelly I could see him imposing on anybody. I'm not surprised to hear that boys are making these claims for many reasons. Many reasons, and they're kind of on both hands. For one, I would not be surprised if R. Kelly actually did it. Okay. Number two, I wouldn't be surprised if they were false and boys were coming forward, because that happens too.
Yeah.
We know R. Kelly has pride on young women. We've known this since the 90s. So it was not a secret to anybody ever. When he married Aaliyah, as old as he was, and she was 15, that was very clear indication that he likes teenage girls.
I would say.
And it was alleged that he also got her pregnant. So we have that. And then we also have, you know, just this his history. If he did it, it's surprising that it's just coming out. It is a surprise to me that R. Kelly just recently put him to jail. Like, why this man was in jail in the 90s? I don't know.
Any thoughts on the CP3?
Well, we know folks that make money, especially in the entertainment industry, they, you know, certain folks that make excuses for it with the allegations of him, I guess, being with boys or molesting or whatever it is. I mean, like you say, the fact that he was, you know, molested at a young age, that definitely does make him, you know, preconditioned to being a predator, which we know is documented through the, you know, victims, advocates, and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm not gonna say he's a sexual deviant, but you know, some of his, you know, past and some of the things that he's done has given him a bad track record and reputation, and I don't even know. Like I said, some of the stories y'all told me from some of the stuff that y'all knew about that I had no idea about is a shock to me. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask about perspective on this situation, because yeah, some of the stuff y'all told me about P. Diddy and some of these folks in the music industry and Hollywood, I'm like, damn, I only worry about the music. I'm glad I do, because hearing that other shit, I don't know what the fuck I think. Crazy.
So you're just not shocked.
I mean, in this day and age with everything that's going on in world and life, I don't really get too shocked about too much right now. Let's just say, you know, Donald Trump came out and said that, you know, black people been mistreated and he's a racist. Other than that, I don't.
Be shocked, right?
Yeah, I really don't. I'm not going to be surprised at anything unless that happens. Other than that,
Yeah.
anything that happens nowadays, I mean, I don't really watch the news as much as I used to, but I get the alerts on some of the apps that I have for, and see some of the alerts that come across, parents killing their kids, unnecessary violence.
That aunt in Baltimore that killed her niece and nephew and
Yeah.
had them in the trunk for a whole year. That was shocking.
See,
For a whole year?
The little girl was in the trunk for a whole year, and then the little boy, she put him in the trunk next to the little girl for a few months, and then the police pulled her over for something obviously.
It's quoted for a routine like traffic stop.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know nothing about none of that. So
Yeah, I posted on a lot of the stories, something like that. I posted on the After Bar page.
I posted it on my story. It was that's shocking.
Yeah.
You know, R. Kelly getting accused by anybody under the sun. Actually, I probably would get shocked if it was like somebody's old grandmama. That would shock me. Yeah, that would shock me because
we could probably pee on it without her running away.
You know about in the show.
I'm just saying, let's give him a different perspective, man.
Lady Antoinette, anything you want to say before we get off?
I mean, as far as what's coming up soon for me, I'm going to try to get. It's sad because I'm usually traveling often throughout the summer for fun stuff. I haven't been able to do that. I'm traveling for non-fun stuff. I'm going to try to sneak away for the weekend. Come back Sunday next week. So there's that. I have some things in the works. Some of it I shared with you guys on the distillery tip. I'm not going to share it on air just yet. Wait, but yeah, hopefully I'm gonna be relaxation next time y'all see me.
Definitely.
Why did you take a big gulp
Cause the
of
I
this
still
beer
have
like that?
but I
Are
still
you
have some liquor.
okay?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
No, you're not. Your
You're
voice
not.
went up.
I'm chilling. Feeling good, baby.
I'm glad it's the end of the show because I don't think you can make it.
I'm about to get something to eat.
See?
Mm-hmm. I feed the need, baby. It's only 9:15. Feel like it's late.
I think I ain't even smoked that much.
But that's how you born. You woke up like this.
I'm tired, man. I've been
You
grinding.
know what I'm saying? You woke up like this.
Hey, man.
Are we off camera?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Damn, nigga, you really are tired.
Bruh, we only open 65 hours of the week. I put in 60 hours this week, bro. I was only there not for 5 hours of the whole time that this shit was over. I needed my cells, bro. And then I woke up early this morning. I woke up at like, I was trying to stay in the bed later, but I woke up at like 8, 9 o'clock.
And then you gonna start this month off with a sale with him.
Oh, yeah. I already got a couple lined up for people I didn't even call yesterday. But I'm going to line up for this month. Yeah, it's about to get real tough. We about to sell more used cars and new cars now.
You got to.
Yeah, you ain't got no new cars. Yeah, exactly.
They need to change y'all like quotas and all that stuff.
Well, with them bumping up the prices, we're making more money on new cars than used cars now.
What are you talking about that storage joint here?
Huh?
They saying September, November, hopefully. But don't nobody know.
I know some people know. They just not selling.
So they kind of saying Honda doing it out of try to make more money because Toyota and Nissan sitting pretty good right now. But everybody else, fuck though, especially domestic. I don't know. I'm just trying to make my money and sell my cars.
It's green tea and other stuff. It's green tea. You know. You want that information? You want to get how off your tea?
I don't do good with edibles, with ingesting it. Don't do
Edible,
shit.
that's not green tea.
I'm just saying ingesting it don't do nothing for me. I gotta go. Edibles don't do shit for me.
But it's not an edible. It's actual tea. You know, you can take leaves and yeah. This Jamaican dude, I know, say, that's what they do in Jamaica. They take the leaves and they steep it, like, you know, like a regular tea, and they put it with milk. And he said, it makes